Don't let our name fool you. We are locally owned and operated. Visit floorcoveringsinternational.com today.
When you shop at Sherwood Co-op, you're contributing to your community,
while building equity and putting money back in your pocket.
Others may claim to be local, but Sherwood Co-op is truly local.
Rooted in your community for over 90 years.
They're a proud Saskatchewan company
who continue to support hundreds of community organizations each year.
Like the Neonatal Intensive Care Unit at the Regina General Hospital and the Cancer Foundation of Saskatchewan.
We are members.
We are owners.
We are Sherwood Co-op.
Broadcasting from Century Studios in downtown Regina, Harvard Media presents the all-new Sportscage, where Saskatchewan comes to talk local sports. Brought to you by the Saskatchewan Roughriders Foundation 50/50. Visit www.riders5050.ca to purchase your tickets for this week's game. Be a part of the show. Call 1-866-767-0620 or text 306-936. 6262. The all-new Sportscage. Streaming at sportscage.com and on the radio at 620 CKRM.
Here we go. It is Wednesday. It is the Sportscage live at the Brandt Centre in Regina, Saskatchewan. Barney Shinker, Darren Anderson, Colson, and Curtis are back at the shop there getting things going. Shout out to Mosh, our tech, getting everything going here so we can roll. There he is. There's Mosh right there if you're watching the stream. Yeah. Hey, working like last-minute stuff. He's like tearing down cables, putting in cables. Mosh is an absolute weapon when it comes to this
Seating us, like making us look good. He's got it all. Sound, visuals.
Exactly. It is for the Rough Rider Foundation 50/50 Riders, 50/50.ca. We'll get to that a little bit more coming up. In the show for the next 3 hours, we are going to talk Riders. We're going to talk Riders and the West Division CFL All-Stars. Good news for Riders there. We expected that to happen, I think, well, a lot of us. Calgary Stampeders making some moves on the coaching front when they announced that Dickinson's going to be back, and then they make some moves today. We'll get to that also in a bit. Sean Kindop from Canada Western Agribition is going to come by. We're going to talk rodeo because this building that we're in right now, the busiest time of the year is Agribition Rodeo.
Yep.
And if you've never been to it, it's probably because you couldn't get a ticket because it's always sold out. It's like the hottest ticket in the city all the time. So Kindop's going to come by. We'll talk about that. Friday Night Lights, we're going to tee up what we know in high school football. If you've sent us emails to hi@sportscage.com, thank you very much for that. Hour 2, Eric Francis. He's in Utah. If you've been joining the show all week, we've had a lot of fun with him on the road, and we've been waiting for him to get to Utah. He sent me some stuff today about the hockey rink in Utah. I'm just going to tease it. Very interesting. You're going to want to listen to nice. Eric Francis there. Tanner Howe, Regina Pats captain. We are here. They're taking on the Prince Albert Raiders this evening. Tanner Howe's been out for a while. Tanner Howe supposed to be back in the lineup tonight for the Regina Pats. He's going to come by and join us around 4:30. Hour 3, a mystery player from the Saskatchewan Roughriders. I don't even know who it is yet.
Yeah.
They're kind of filtering that out. It's a busy time right now as they get set for the West semifinal. We're going to have a Rider player join us, and he's going to join us for the full hour. So it's going to be like the Jamarcus Hardrick.
Oh, nice.
Jamarcus Hardrick light. He was there for 3 hours. He's going to be for an hour. We'll have some fun. And then Jeff Truitt, longtime Western Hockey League coach, now coaching the Prince Albert Raiders. He's going to join us at about 5:30. Truitt's been around. He's going to have some great stories. He's coached some pretty high-profile NHLers in their junior days, so I'm going to pick his brain. It'll be a fun chat. Lots to get through. DA, thanks for making your way here. It's quiet right now. Hopefully they don't start testing music. That's when it gets a little crazy in here. They're throwing on the heavy metal, as the kids say.
Thunderstruck, here we go.
Yeah, Mini Donut Guy hasn't fired anything up yet. If this Subway gets buzzing, that's what I'm worried about, because everyone, don't lie, everybody out there, when Subway starts making bread, you instantly crave a sub.
That is 100% true.
You could just be finished Thanksgiving supper, and you smell Subway bread, and you want a sub. So if they do come, I want to ask when the last time they were asked to cut it the old way.
Remember? Oh, like the channel.
Yeah.
Ah. That brings me back. That's been a long time.
Used to be
The old channel and stuff the meat in there.
Used to
pull out some of the bread.
Used to be when I was a youngster, and always was a little bit of a shibanik, as my mom would call it. That's S disturber, if you know what I mean. We'd go to the Subway, after the tavern or whatever, and I'd ask them to cut it the old way. And there was that period where they would, that transition period.
Well, because the staff knew they would work there long enough.
And then nowadays, if you ask them to cut it the old way, I think...
Oh, they'd look at you cross-eyed. They'd go, I don't know what you're talking about. You'd have to take the bread and show them. Come on, Barney.
I will.
Just give me all...
Yeah.
Rip around.
Mr. Sub never did it, but Mr. Sub's still a classic. So, enough Sub talk. West Division, 9 Division All-Stars for the Riders. We looked through the list here. We got Trevor Harris at quarterback, Samuel Emlis at wide receiver, Logan Ferlin at guard, Micah Johnson, defensive tackle. Micah Johnson could kind of be there a few times. Jameer Thurman, C.J. Rivas, Roland Milligan Jr., and Marcus Sales. Really no surprises.
No, and Milligan's actually on there twice because he's the special team player, which as a guy who covers the teams, like when's the last time you saw a special teams player that wasn't a returner? So obviously have the Argo returner on the other side, Grant, his name, text in and correct me. That's what you usually get. If you're like, okay, Ryder's going to win Special Teams Player of the Year, you're automatically going to go to Alfred. But Milligan has really showed well on the teams, and from last week, I know you talked about a lot as a team awards guy. He's three times on there, so good. And you know what? For me as a fan. Last year at this time, this list was weak. Was weak. Yeah, I think we had our punter on there. I was like, man, our MVP's our punter. Like, this is exciting.
That's what I was going to say, right? Like, let's take a step back 12 months and where we were on the field and even off the field. And you mean to tell me that we aren't leaps and bounds ahead the excitement? Like, look at this list. And when you look at it last year, it was just like everybody could not wait to get out of town.
Right.
And Rider fans, hey, I'm sure a lot of you just couldn't wait to turn the page, go to something else, call me in May. But now it feels a lot like back in the glory days, right? The 13s in there where you just had name after name after name and guys that were known across the league, across the country, that just balled out this year.
Yeah, I call them jersey guys. Like guys that I would want to go plunk my $250 down and go, this guy's showing up. I want to remember this guy this year, stitch him on a jersey for me, and I'm going to wear it with pride at the game. And I got Emilus this year in the new one, so just a stud, and I think we've signed him for another year too, which is nice. We kind of have some continuity, and these guys are playing great. I want to talk to Roland, though. I hate 0. I don't think it should be a number. That's my thing. I hate 0.
I'm on board with that. I'm buying that stock. And I'd like to know maybe if there's some, if there's not a historic tie, but why? What's the reason behind it? But 0 is always a weird one. Do they still allow 0 in basketball?
Well, yeah.
I don't think. The thing I always got in basketball is because the refs need to go and say what thing. I don't know if you're watching.
Yeah, there was all those hand signals.
Yeah.
So at first there was never allowed to be a number that was above 5.
99.
You weren't allowed to have 66 or like 16 because how would you do 1-6?
Yeah.
Then basketball figured it out. But 0 is a big number in basketball, and actually I was the jerk coach back in my club basketball days that got the kids the jerseys. Everyone gets to pick their number. Kid rolls up, I'm going to be 0 for Westbrook. I went, nope. That's the only number you're not allowed to be. They had 35 for Durant, and he had a fine year. But, no 0s on my team. That was my one thing. So, it's but, again, 1 year later, it's nice. It's nice for me to be talking to my brother, my friends this week, debating how we're going to win this game, whether we should be favored, what the line is, what the weather's going to be. Like, all these things are fun. Last year was no fun. The last 2 years were no fun at this time of year. It was grumbling and sort of looking ahead. But I am jacked up for Saturday, and it looks like the weather's going to be great, which I don't know.
Yeah.
As a fan, I'm like, sweet. Maybe I don't need to wear the
But not for
balaclava.
BC.
But for the team, I think I'd rather have some cold weather there and have us pound the ball with AJ and all those things, But
That's what I mentioned earlier in the week. I was all on board for, minus 5, minus 6.
Yeah.
Maybe a little wind, maybe some snowflakes coming down. The West Coast guys rolling in here. But yeah, no, it's going to be a great day for football. Vernon Adams scare you a bit?
Yeah, well, yeah, I'd rather see Rourke at this point, to be honest with you.
Isn't that funny?
It is.
Isn't that funny? Like, he was Mr. NFL. He was down there. And I was on board. And I'm like, give the guy a shot. Like, when you're a Patriots fan, too. He was with our Patriots last year. They absolutely stunk. And it's like, put him in the game. Give him a shot. And then, when he was in New York and he was just doing the mental reps, like he wasn't even getting a chance to go on the field. It was like, A, that is weird, and B, give the guy a shot, so let him go somewhere else. I don't know, right? Like, there's a lot, how things digressed. None of us have ever been in that spot, so we don't know. But it was like, okay, let the rust kick off.
Right.
There's some rust here. And it just never bounced back. Does it bounce back next season? I think a lot of people are intrigued if that happens. But Vernon, that is the part that really scares me. It's just a different quarterback. It seems, and Luke Mullender was the one that he thinks it too in the dressing room. It's more of a VA room. And
yeah,
I could see that.
I could totally see that. You go through training camp and 2-a-days that aren't as what they used to be, but you still have 2-a-days. You're sleeping in the dorms together. You're building that camaraderie. You're building an understanding of what the offense wants to do and needs to do. And then sort of it's one thing to have an injury to VA and have a backup come in, but then to have a Rourke come in out of nowhere with the big name, the big splash, and are you now trying to pivot and build an offense that builds around Rourke's skills mid-season? How does it, right? Like your whole mindset from the season is we're going to go win with VA, right? The whole off season, everything. And you know what? Like what scares me is you think back to that first game in BC and VA threw for 450 yards, right? Like he threw the ball all over the field on us.
Yep.
He's not afraid to put it out there. We have a best defense in the league, top, us in Montreal, I would say. Big game for us. We're going to have to get a big game out of our defense because VA has that edge to him that he's not afraid to put it out there and let his players make big plays. And, that's where I was hoping for a little bit more wind, like you say, like a little bit more. Mm-hmm. I would rather play that grind it out with our defense and our running game. I think would be better served in a grinded out game. But as a fan, come on, I'm going to go watch Milligan duel it out with VA. Like, let's go.
Remember after that first game against British Columbia and they lost and it was there and I remember mentioning to you too, like when you think about it, it's a controlled environment. There were so many passes. McGinnis was unreal, but there were so many passes that were like inches away from being a deflect ball, from something being knocked down. Which I was like, that's a different kind of ball game in November, October, in any kind of wind. Well, spin it however many months later, here we are. Yep. And we get to see it. Now, I could have egg on my face for sure, but it is going to be different. There's no doubt about it that BC is going to be revved up for it. We do have some audio. Going back to the All-Stars, and a guy that how funny it shapes up like this, where he gets released, he comes here, and now he's playing them in the West semifinal. Dave Thomas caught up with West Division All-Star Marcus Sayles.
Marcus Sayles, I don't know that you could have written a better story this season. You get released by the BC Lions at a training camp, and today you're named to the All-CFL team.
Honestly, it's really a blessing. Like it's been a blessing all season. I've been, talking about it and just, trying to put my best foot forward the best way I can. And, I've been blessed to be on this team, blessed to be in this position, blessed to, be around all these guys. And, I can't ask for anything more. So just shout out to, our coaches and, all these players for just getting us right. And, it's my All-Star is a product of everybody else doing their job too. So
What does it mean to you personally?
Yeah, no, it means a lot to me, and especially just, how, this playoffs is about to unfold, for us to be able to go into BC first and, hopefully beat them. And then, even if we make it to the Grey Cup, playing in BC Stadium, all that really means something to me. So, I'm excited to, keep going. I'm excited to, be at this position where I'm at, and, I'm just happy to, still be here.
I'm sure there were a lot of things that were going on in your mind when you were released by the British Columbia Lions. Was there ever at any point there was doubt in your mind?
Honestly, no. Like once I got here, I felt the energy of what was going on. Coach Mace, instilled, the type of team that he wants, the type of, energy that we're going to have throughout, every single day. And, it's a product, we see it every single day. Our practices are like that. Our games are like that. And, we went through a little slump, but, we got back on track, and now we're in the perfect position, and we're able to control our own destiny. So I'm just happy to be a part of it.
So, on Saturday, of course, you're playing the British Columbia Lions, your former team, in a playoff game. Any extra motivation?
Honestly, you could say that for me just because I was just there. But at the same time, we're going 1-0 anyway. We're going to go out just like if it was our first game or if it was, the last game of the season. We're going to give our hardest, and, we hope every single time we're going to come out with the best outcome. So,
I like Marcus Sayles.
Love him. I think, all of our DBs, and I think it shows that we have two Western All-Stars in that spot because – in the stadium, so this is a little bit different for people who maybe don't get to a lot of games in the stadium. To your point, the tight windows our DBs are creating, there is no room for error from these quarterbacks. And when Nathan Rourke came in a few weeks ago, when I'm in the north end zone watching him go away from us, and you just go where is he trying to throw this thing? It's tight windows. Sayles has been, the guy on the corner taking the speedsters, taking that play away from him. Milligan obviously gets a lot of the shine, but Fields is good, Henderson's good, Williams is good, Lacombo. We got a great set back there.
If it doesn't matter what kind of football, if it's you're coaching, 8-9-year-olds in flag, you're playing men's or women's flag, high school football, whatever. When that quarterback has a little bit of indecision, and he's just maybe hesitant a bit because was that guy there? Is that tip gonna? It's over.
Yeah.
Right. You are in his kitchen. You got him. And that's what the Riders defense brings. There's been some quote fluky plays maybe where it's bounced up, but they are causing that a lot of times because the quarterback is throwing to the wrong guy, throwing at the wrong time, throwing behind guys. Receivers are trying to do something not on the same page with the quarterback, and it just happens.
Yeah,
it happens in every brand of football, every age of football, where if the quarterback's just not feeling it, crazy things happen. We talked about the crowd. I don't know how they can make it easier for people to go to this game.
No, I don't either. Sit up with me. I'm in $228, $20 tickets.
Shout out Northside.
That's right. And come give me $5. $20 to get into a playoff game. It's going to be a beautiful day. It looks like 10 above in the day, 6 above in the evening. Not that windy. There's no reason not to get out there.
Like you said, you don't need balaclava. You don't need balaclava, but you're going to have probably a toque, something to break the wind. Yep. It's great mitts or gloves, whatever you like to go with. $22 for youth, only $40 for adult tickets. That's lower bowl. That's where they're starting.
Yeah.
Fans can enjoy the party. Pill country? That's where if you're, I don't know, even if you're old like me, you want to get into pill country and get in the mixer, it's $35.
Yeah, that's a lot of fun.
A Saturday night, if you like to guzzle, and you can get into pill country for $35, shout your brains off, be an absolute lunatic. That's what they need. Coach Mace was on Monday.
Yeah.
And again, if you've been to any kind of football game in your life, that noise matters, and that's what they need. And then the family pack, I didn't think they'd have this for the playoffs. They do. 2 adult tickets, 2 youth tickets, $99.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I don't have enough money to go. Well, if you smoke, stop smoking for a couple days. Take your kids to a game. Like $99 to go to a playoff game. The atmosphere is going to be unreal. And then they got the Me Plus 3 package. Savings of 20% if you bring 3 friends to the action. It's awesome.
Yeah. No excuses. And you know what? Maybe we'll get into the line here. So the line, I looked it up. It's plus 3. You know what that line is? That's these teams are maybe too close to call, but we're going to give you the home field advantage. And if we're going to get the home field advantage, it only works if we got butts in the seats and we got fans that are engaged and being loud and making it difficult on those key plays, right? And I was talking to an ex-coach the other day.
They're just going to say an ex.
Yeah, no, don't get me in trouble. So I was talking to an ex-coach the other day, and he was talking about Winnipeg and how it can be so loud, and they're on the sidelines trying to decipher plays on the bench can be hard, let alone on the field. And those little things in a second and long situation, and to your point, the defense gets amped up, the quarterback's a little bit rattled. It makes it a lot more difficult for them, and we can go do our part. Hey, we earned a home playoff game. Let's go take advantage.
What else? I guess the senior hockey starting this weekend, a lot of them are bumping their times back. Because people are going to be going, especially in this area. I guess maybe if you got a wedding planned or something like that. But don't you want to be like? We don't. No offense, we don't have a lot of stuff to really get behind when we live here. It's not like living in Manhattan or wherever, where there's just every night there's something going, concert, sporting event, blah blah blah, whatever it is. This is it. Like. It's a Saturday night.
Beautiful weather.
If you're driving in, the weather's going to be good for driving.
Yeah.
And the line +3 or -3 Riders are the favorites. So they're expecting. I've been following Matt Young on Twitter. He always does the tickets on where they are. And then at last check, I think there was just over 6. I'm just going to pull it up here. There was just over 6,000 tickets left, which isn't great. Like, come on, we got to figure out a way. Other news before we go to break here, we mentioned it as well. The Calgary Stampeders have parted ways with 3 coaches: Mark Killam, Brent Monson, and defensive line coach Jawan Simpson. So you thought the timing was a little bit weird.
Right, like I don't get, like most of these coaches are going to be under 1-year contracts that are going to end at some point after the Grey Cup, right? And I'm not fully aware of what those turnover dates are. I don't know why you announce it now. Like, are you trying to open up spots to sign other guys before the Grey Cup? Like, are you? Yeah. But most other coaches then are still with their teams. Like, it's the CFL. There's only a handful of teams that didn't make the playoffs, so. Always odd to me, that's a tough life. I've talked to a few coaches.
Absolutely.
It's an absolutely grind of a life. And, if I guess I feel a little bit for the people in that situation to go, you couldn't wait till the day after Grey Cup and now it's next year. Like, what benefit do you get out of announcing this today? That's sort of my point, and maybe I'm missing something there, but.
Yeah, and we're not behind the curtain there by any means, but I'm thinking, when they announced that Dave Dickinson's sticking around, that maybe those coaches are like, okay, 1 more year. We got 1 more year as a crew. We've been here. Killam's been there for since 2005. And the only reason I remember that is because he's had the same hairstyle since 2005. He's got the long, soccer hair. I remember, when I grow my hair out,
very European.
It looks exactly like that. And I'm like, that dude hasn't changed his style in almost 20 years. I respect that. But he's been there a long time. And I thought, okay, Dickinson, well, then maybe they're just going to stay status quo for a year. But I guess that's not the case. So those guys are out in Calgary. We're live at the Brandt Centre. The Zamboni is on. It's the Pats and the Prince Albert Raiders this evening. Darren Anderson, Barney Shankirk, the C's are back at the shop. Time for a quick break. When we come back, let's talk some rodeo. It's the all-new Sportscage streaming at sportscage.com.
The all-new Sports Cage is brought to you by Sherwood Co-op Liquor Stores. Now open in Harbor Landing and Rochdale Boulevard.
Sunday mornings, we're giving you control. It's the 620 CKRM Request and Dedication Show with Ray Allen. Sunday mornings from 10 till noon, 2 hours set aside for you to pick what we play. From the latest to the greatest, it's all in your hands. It's all brought to you by Matt's Furniture. Online at mattsfurniture.ca. True Fit Denture Clinic. No one should know you wear dentures, not even you. The Sunday morning Request and Dedication Show on the Voice of Saskatchewan. 620 CKRM.
Hey Rider Nation, this is Dave Thomas, voice of your Saskatchewan Roughriders. It's the playoffs. The games are bigger, and so is the 50-50. Huddle up to riders5050.ca, and you can get in on the massive jackpots. You can even score quickly with the early bird prize. This week, it's 2 tickets to the Cardinals and Seahawks game in Phoenix, including flights and hotels, but you have to buy before Thursday at 5 p.m. Get your tickets at riders5050.ca, and go Riders!
License number LR240102.
The new King of Trucks in Southie, Saskatchewan is Southie Mainline Chrysler. Get $1,500 bonus cash on select Jeep Grand Cherokees. You can also get up to 15% off on select Pacificas, up to $18,000 off on select Ram 1500s, or 0.99% for 72 months financing. It's the new King of Trucks in Southie, Saskatchewan, just 30 minutes north of Regina. Visit SouthieMainline.ca. Southie Mainline Chrysler, worth the drive every time. Guaranteed.
When you want the best for your truck, you want Line-X. Your truck has withstood the harshest elements Saskatchewan has thrown at it. Rocks, gravel, rain, sleet, and snow, and left with no chips, no rust. Line-X protective coating keeps your truck's bed liners, rocker panels, and bumpers looking like brand new. Don't settle for Brand X. Go with Line-X. It's serious protection. Come see why everybody loves taking their truck to Line-X Regina for their rocker panels, bumpers, and more. Line-X. Make your truck complete. 1865 McCarra Street.
The all-new Sports Cage is live streaming from our Century Studios in downtown Regina. Watch now at sportscage.com. Be part of the show by texting 306-936-6262. 620 CKRM.
It's the all-new Sports Cage. Barney Shinkaruk, Darren Anderson. The C's are back at the shop. Ryan Mosh has got things figured out here on the technical side. We're going to be joined right away. If you're watching the stream, you see him over there, Sean Kindop from Canada Western Agribition. Just a couple of housekeeping notes here, boys. Of course, Pats and Raiders are here tonight at the Brandt Centre, 7 o'clock. PA's got 8 points in the standings. The Pats have 11, so they're close there. Swift Currents in Lethbridge, battle of 2 of the East leaders there. Medicine Hat and Calgary, SJHL style. Larange is down in Notre Dame at Wilcox, and Flin Flon and Melfort. That's a huge game if you're around Melfort. Flin Flon and Melfort, 2 of the top teams in the SJ going at it. Benny Walchuk was on yesterday for the Southie Mainline Chrysler SJHL report, and he's saying the worth the drive guaranteed game of the weekend, there's 2 of them. Weyburn is in Kindersley Friday night and Saturday. They're playing 2 back-to-back there. Why? Because I guess Kindersley has the tankard rolling in and the Scott, like these big curling events. So it's one of those things where they got to get out for 3 weeks. So they're front-loading all their home games in Kindersley. So if you're out in that area, I know we do have some listeners that always text in from around Kindersley. Kindersley-Weyburn will be good hockey to watch Friday and Saturday. Worth the drive every time, guaranteed, just like Southie Mainline Chrysler, the new king of trucks up there. Sean Kindop joining us from Agribition. Kinner, thanks so much for slinking by here. These are your old stomping grounds. Obviously, you worked for the Pats for a long time. Now you're with Agribition. You just can't get away from this place, right? And then come a few weeks, like, do you sleep here?
Yeah, no, it's pretty exciting. I've worked on this property a long time. We've done Agribition. I've worked for the Pats. Quick cup of coffee at Real. I just need to go work for Hoff Subway, and I got the bingo trifecta. But yeah, no, there's a lot of hours that are about to come in. But it's exciting. We had a lot of passion for this event. It's an important event in Regina and the province.
I was talking to someone that actually from the States that's been up here, kind of working. In and out, and I said, well, come Agribition. It is like the biggest event of the year in Regina. And they were like, well, what about like that? And I said, no, Agribition is the busiest time that week in Regina. The city is just crazy. You try and get into it, like, a nice restaurant, you better have a reservation. If you don't have a hotel room, you might be driving to the Pilgrim Inn out there and, out on the other side of Moose Jaw. It's just, the city's a buzz.
Well, that's something we're proud of. Again, when an event can do something so positive for the city and fill restaurants and fill hotels, we're very proud of that. Recently just completed our 2023 economic impact. Our attendance was up 19% from pre-pandemic. Our economic impact was up 20.7% to $116.5 million, which is a lot of money, which really, again, I know that there's people who think it's just a rodeo that happens in Regina. It's big business, and it's big for the province, and we're proud of the role that we play.
My kids, now that grade 8, grade 6, they still talk about when they were young, and I'm sure yours are older, DA, they're in university now. They talk about when they were younger and they went to Agribition.
Yeah, and my kids, and I would be the parent following them around. Volunteer parent, making sure kids are throwing up on their own shoes and no one else is after too much popcorn. But it's a great, and I was going to ask you this question. I'm a city kid. Remember coming as a kid, remember taking my kids. Then, as a 30-year-old, a little bit younger, this city's on fire. Every year, Agribition weekend, we were hitting the bars. And it's fun. So maybe give some highlights for what, obviously, you got a ton of people coming to the city. They probably know what Agribition's about. What about the local guys? How can you participate in places coming to the rodeo, etc.?
Yeah, there's a lot of different things. We have rodeo. We've got a lot of business that's happening in the barns, as we are world-renowned in the livestock sector for what we do. But it's more than just cattle shows, and it's more than just rodeo. We're internationally renowned on the promotion of cattle genetics worldwide. But there's lots of stuff. If you've never been to Agribition, there's all the ticketed events. But if you're on a budget, getting close to Christmas, you can come and walk the trade show, and you can walk through the barns on Monday for free, courtesy of CN. But you can also try and come on Wednesday. Our rodeo is actually free that day as well. I would recommend for people to, again, if you're looking for a free event, for something to do, there's nothing better in the city. Again, what's better than free? And again, it's sold out. It's high energy, high entertainment. So
that it is one thing that you guys put it on. It's been here forever, and I wasn't joking. That is the time of the year where this bill, is it 3 nights or the rodeo? How many?
Rodeo's 4 nights.
4 nights. This place is absolutely packed for 4 nights. There is nothing. When the Pats made the run against Seattle, and then we had the Memorial Cup the year after, which you were a part of. Yeah, that was a one-off. This is every year in November. This place is packed for the rodeo. The energy. And you don't even have to be rodeo guy or girl to enjoy it. It's just that energy. And if you want to have a couple, it's the atmosphere is there. What circuit is it that comes? It's kind of like the ending of one of them, isn't it?
Yeah, so we're the Maple Leaf Circuit finals. So we're one of the finals for, again, one of the rodeo circuits. Again, not going to get too deep into it. Yeah. But what people may not know is that there's people that when you watch the Calgary Stampede or the National Finals Rodeo that's down in Vegas, there are contestants that compete in those rodeos that will be in Regina. You've got Calgary Stampede champions that show up. You've got, again, Stephen Culling was here last year, who went on and competed at the National Finals Rodeo in Vegas. It's a very important rodeo, and we're also the first rodeos based on, again, your standings on money and how much you win. So we're the first rodeo of the next year. So before the end of the calendar year, you can actually have some money in your pocket for as you head into next year's rodeo season.
So before I let you go, you mentioned the free, that's cool. The one thing I do know is when that rodeo that week, so the Wednesday's free, and then it's the Thursday, Friday, Saturday. If people want to get tickets, when do they go on sale and all?
Yeah, they're on sale right now. Just head to agribition.com or Ticketmaster. They're on there as well. But if you're looking for something, again, also cost-effective, for $33, you can come watch freestyle bullfighting. For anybody that's seen it last year, it was incredible. They're Spanish fighting bulls, so they're different than a rodeo bull. The bull wants to mess you up, so one slip up, and again, your week might change for a little bit, but it's high energy. There are people that are coming from all over the world. We've got Spanish guys coming from Spain. We've got people coming from across Canada and the U.S. Like, it is high talent and high energy, and highly recommend it.
We'll definitely chat about that the week leading up. Hopefully the Sports Cage is going to be on location for that, and it's just going to be a lot of fun. Kenner, thanks so much.
Thanks, guys.
For making your way down. Stopping here, Sean Kindop with Canada Western Agribition. It's right around the corner. Super exciting. It's time for a quick break here on the Sports Cage. If you're watching that stream, we are live at the Brandt Centre. You hear the Zamboni in the background, sportscage.com, and as always, we're on the home of the Riders and Agribition, 620 CKRM.
Local communities are at the heart of what we do. Last year, more than 200,000 Saskatchewan people reached out for help through United Way's 211 service. When our friends and neighbors struggle, communities struggle. With your support, we can answer the call and connect to hope and help. Each of us have the ability to be there for our neighbors. Show your local love by donating today.
Visit UnitedWayRegina.ca and change lives today. Change begins with support.
Feeling caught in a neutral zone? When things start to go offside, you know it's time to play. It's easy to find your next favorite game at Bodog.net. Check out the latest sports odds and get free tips to help you score this hockey season. Visit Bodog.net today. #Make a play.
You say
move,
and your cows say you tell them
your water is right over there,
and they say you can't convince a cow to move to the water, so move the water to the cows with the Keln Solar Livestock Watering System. With the Keln Solar Livestock Watering System, you can put your pump pretty much anywhere without the cost of hooking up to the grid. Learn more about the Keln Solar Livestock Watering System at kelnsolar.com. Keln Solar, we move water.
The world-famous Keniston Super Draft is back for the NHL season, and $90,000 is up for grabs. Everyone is vying for the $20,000 first-place prize. Be one of 14 winners of $1,000. What young guys will have breakout years? Bedard, Brandt, which Hughes brother will go off, or take all of them? Entries are just $40 each, 3 for $100 or 7 for $200. Find some buddies and get in on some real NHL pool action with the Keniston Super Draft. Superdraft.com. Entry deadline November 1st, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time.
The government just asked us to save the world. They'll do it. They've made a few requests, so they want you to bring back floppy disks, pet rocks, and they all want Glassers TV, your SaskTel authorized dealer.
Well, that last one we can do. You don't want to miss a thing. That's why at Glassers TV, your SaskTel authorized dealer, they have so much to offer, like SaskTel wireless internet. Contact Glassers TV, your SaskTel authorized dealer in Moosomin today.
Be prepared for what Mother Nature throws at us, because we never know what kind of wild weather is in store. Shorty Generators is authorized and trained to service all the major home standby generators, offering the largest selection of generators in Saskatchewan. Generac, Kohler, Champion, Cummins, and Briggs & Stratton. Now is the time to get your generator serviced and ready for the upcoming storm season. To book your service or to learn more about generator maintenance, visit shortygenerators.ca. The generator experts.
Welcome back to the all-new Sports Cage. Connect with the show. Call 1-866-767-0620 or text 306-936-6262.
Welcome back live at the Brandt Centre under the orange top here. It is the all-new Sports Cage. Barney Schinker, Darren Anderson with you live here today. Sean Kindop just joined us from Agribition. Exciting. You love the rodeo.
Love this week. Love the rodeo. Like I said, me and my buddies, this was a week like we're getting out, and we've done some silly stuff this weekend. Maybe gotten a few broken noses, but so tussles, a little tussle.
Talking when you should have been listening.
That's right, exactly. Don't recommend that. But it is so. That's right. You're wearing the team gear of your kids. Like everyone loves the team gear.
Shout out Pat Blues.
Where does I don't think there's anything better than if you have a rodeo jacket. You watch the cowboys and cowgirls walking around here, and they got the full stitch jean jacket. Calgary Stampede, National, and you're like,
National
that
finals.
guy is walking around. Yeah. He is 10 feet tall. That girl is 10 feet tall, and there's nothing like it. And that's like, if you haven't experienced it, it's fun to come down here and just that atmosphere, like you talked about, is great.
They woo the ladies.
The
Cowboys, cowboy in that jacket and those jeans and all that, and yeah, the women just love their cowboys. And then the cowgirls, and when they get on those horses and they start ripping around. It's like watching a hockey game at ice level and watching a hockey game way above. When they start buzzing that's dangerous. If that horse all of a sudden gets spooked, I'm always worried. I always think about Christopher Reeve.
That's why I agree.
Anti-horseback riding guy. I went a couple of years ago with my daughter. I was paranoid the whole time until you're up on one of those things.
Oh, the power! Until you're on one, you realize you're nothing to them.
Equine? Was that what I was looking for? The word
equestrian.
Yeah, it's scary. Yeah, no, we'll be all over the rodeo and agribition as we go along here on the Sports Cage. People tune into this program for stupid comments, for informative sports knowledge, and also winning. And we do have winning today, even though we are at the Brandt Centre. Here's how it's going to go down. You want to go to the West semifinal at Mosaic Stadium across the street, watch the Riders and Lions, text in the keyword. We have 4 tickets to give away today. Colson says we're going to do 2 2-packs. Colson calls the shots. I don't. 2 2-packs. The keyword is Riders. We said, well, let's make it something new and unique. And I said, no, stay unoriginal. People are getting it. Riders. 936-6262, Capital Ford Lincoln text line. Capital Ford Lincoln, Saskatchewan's #1 Ford retailer. So if you want to go to the West semifinal, I know a lot of you yesterday were chiming in, you're on a budget, all that. We talked about the ticket prices. They're super cheap. You can get in, Pill Country's $35, but we're going to give you a chance to win. Then the second part of the winning extravaganza is Regina Pats tonight against the Prince Albert Raiders. You want to come here to the Brandt Centre? We have Colson talk back in my ear here. I'm trying to remember how many tickets we have 4 tickets to give away to that one too?
Yes.
4 tickets to give away to the Pats and Raiders tonight. So if you're sitting around, you're like, I don't really want to watch a World Series. I kind of want to get out of the house. Wouldn't mind going and watching the Pats and Captain Tanner Howe, who's going to join the show at 4:30, back in action. There you go. That one is 936-6262. Also the Capital Ford Lincoln text line. On that one, we just want to hear what you got to say. What are you thinking about the Riders this weekend? What do you love about the all-new Sports Cage? All that. There you go. 4 tickets we got to give away to the Rider game, 4 tickets to the Pats game tonight. The Wheel of Winning with Colson's going to be buzzing in a bit. Baseball again tonight.
Yeah.
They're staying in New York. And it looks like the Yankees tonight are a 1.5-point favorite. Does LA wrap it up this evening? It's kind of like the Stanley Cup final last year. You win this one, and you drag them back to Los Angeles, like Connor McDavid said, drag them back to Berta. What happens? I watched last night, electric atmosphere, and they're talking about how much tickets are and all that. Yeah, it's the World Series in New York.
In New York versus LA.
Yeah, you're gonna have that. But yeah, they're doing the old 2-3-2 here.
Yeah, which makes sense. They're trying to avoid an extra travel day. Mm-hmm. Obviously this time of year it's not rosy in New York. LA's fine. Yeah. But last night's game I was riveted. New York finally got the timely hit. Like baseball's such a, do you get that hit, that individual play at the right time to make it out of reach? And it just looked like it ignited the whole team, the whole city. You could almost feel it through the TV. Everyone in the stands just taking a deep breath. Holy smokes, we know how to play baseball still. And so I'd be riding with the Yankees tonight.
Would you?
Yeah, I think they're going to ride that momentum. I think they're going to win by 2 or 3 runs. And I think it is going to be butt clinch time back in LA, and they're going to drag them back there. It's been great. It's been very entertaining.
So there's probably a few people. What do we got for time here? Yeah, we got less time. That watching the World Series and getting just right into it. Ice Cube in LA. I didn't watch that game. I had to go back and watch it. Ice Cube coming out of center field, and that was off the charts. That was
Off the
so
charts.
good. Ice Cube was in Moose Jaw a few months ago. It was such a good show. Like, if he ever rolls back around these parts, go and watch Ice Cube. If you're in any kind of our demographic, older, younger, it was so good. But then New York comes back with Fat Joe. And I was like,
I shouldn't laugh, but man.
Dude, I'm like, come on. He tried. The effort looked like it was there. But when I think of New York and the rappers, right off the top of my head, Jay-Z.
Well, Jay-Z, right? I assume if they could have got Jay-Z, he would have been there. But
if maybe too expensive, then the second New York rapper on the list, not Puffy, it would be LL Cool J.
Yeah.
For energy.
Oh, 100%.
Right?
Yeah, like, and he would, like, he's more, like, no offense to Fat Joe, but he looked like he shrunk in the moment.
Fat Joe's not a friend of the program.
Like,
so you can go ahead.
he looked like he shrunk in the moment. LL Cool J would have been there and delivered. Like, and here's the hard part. I texted our good friend Ty Van Leuven and said, like, Ice Cube's one of the coolest people on the planet.
Oh, absolutely, hands
he
down.
Is, like, top 5 cool. Like,
yeah.
So that moment, that whole thing, I've watched it 3 or 4 times. I'm like, this is unbelievable for baseball. And then to watch them trot out Fat Joe, I just felt bad for him. I was like, and just on following on Twitter too as I'm watching, and people are just like, oh my gosh, this is what we did. Like, good luck, New York.
I hope Ty Van Leuven is listening right now, because I'm going through the rappers from New York. Jay-Z.
50 Cent. Come on, even 50 Cent.
Rakim. Remember?
Yeah.
Remember Rakim back?
Who
was he? Who did he go with? Who was Rakim? It was. I'll think about it. Nas. Is there Method Man? They could have done like maybe a couple of guys. But then Big Daddy Kane. He's still alive, eh? Big Daddy Kane. Shout out. Big Pun passed away. But there's so many. I would have went Mace. Man, talk about one good album.
I know.
Harlem World.
Living.
Fantastic. Yeah, no, but I would have went LL Cool J all day. The Ice Cube thing, like you said, that guy is. I don't think Ice Cube can be embarrassed. Like, when you get an embarrassing moment, Ice Cube is just so cool that, he just look at you and be like, what?
Yeah.
No, it was awesome. But yeah, the Dodgers and Yankees World Series. Curious to see if it all wraps up tonight. I've mentioned this on the show before, but it was in 2013. I went to games 1 and 2 of the World Series in Boston. Boston wins 8-1 game 1. Like, unbelievable. It was what's his name sang? He just passed away. Jimmy Buffett.
Oh yeah.
Sang. James Taylor did God Bless America, I think, something like that. I don't know. There's a few Samuel Adams involved. And then we went to game 2. Red Sox lost, but Big Papi went straight away center.
Oh, nice.
And that one. It's just everything, the electricity, and then, like I said before, like that pass ball matters, that foul ball matters.
Yeah.
It's just so intense, because I'm not a huge baseball fan. Like, I love it, and I'll go to a ballpark, crank back a pork missile, grab a beer, hang out with the buddies, play some gambling games. But that World Series stuff, Dodgers and Yankees, a tough ticket to get. But if you ever get a chance to, like, go to maybe one where the prices are a little more normal, realistic, it's worth it. It's kind of like the Rider game on Saturday. It's going to be electric. And what else do you have to do? And like I said, unless you got, like, wedding or something like that, for
some sort of family
$35, like, it's going to be awesome. And they need that 13th man, the Thunder Sticks going, all that. $35 to get into Pill Country. You can get lower bowl tickets starting at $40. You can take a kid for, like, what was it, $20?
Yeah.
For $22 for youth ticket. It's gonna, and that's something that youth will remember.
Oh, exactly.
Especially if the Riders win.
Well, right. Like, it's a moment, right? Like, if the Riders win this and happen to go on a run, do you want to be the person that's like, I decided to sit at home and drink coffee and watch it on TV? Like,
like I said,
you missed out.
It's too bad they can't do the blackout thing anymore. It's more for regular season. But yeah, because they go to Winnipeg next week. You ain't going there. So get on the wagon now. Next week you can watch it. You can watch it on TV unless you want to go to Winnipeg. And then if they do make this run to the Grey Cup, like, you want to be a part of it. And you want to be able to, like, go back, especially if you have kids, I think. And say,
100%. Like, you know, if you look back at the last couple Grey Cups that we won in our generation, like, the stories me and my buddies still tell of what you did after the game, and then that game was cold, and then DJ Flick gets the touchdown on the first drive, and right, like, those are stories that you're going to remember forever, especially if you got a kid, like you said, that they maybe haven't had that. You know, we've sort of had a 10-year run here of not having one of those moments, and you never know when that moment's going to happen. Like, this team is in the thick of it.
Are there any Saskatchewan rappers that we could roll out?
There are. I don't know.
There's that really good First Nations one.
Yeah.
I
saw him at a downtown somewhere after a Labor Day game. He was playing at one of the bars. They had like a thing set up. Yeah, great.
Heck, I'd even go with the Johnner brothers rolling out, getting the crowd
exactly
pumped up. Colin James, some sort of Sasky. Get in on it. It's an hour already of the program. Winning going on, Riders. Keyword to 936-6262. And then we're also giving away 4 tickets to the Regina Pats Prince Albert Raiders tonight here at the Brandt Centre. We'll be back after news. We'll have Eric Francis joining us from Utah. It's the all-new Sportscage, streaming at sportscage.com.
On November 5th and 6th, Harvard Media is proud to be part of the provincial Jim Pattison Children's Hospital Radiothon, presented by CIBC Wood Gundy. This year, you can help raise funds for specialized equipment to treat little hearts and little lungs at Jim Pattison Children's Hospital. Make your donation now at pattisonchildrens.ca, then listen November 5th and 6th. All donations will be matched up to $150,000 by Gord and Barb Broda. The Jim Pattison Children's Hospital Radiothon, proudly supported by Harvard Media.
Sometimes everything can look perfect on the outside, but inside, things could definitely be better. Luckily, Fries Tobin has everything you need to finish those indoor renovations this fall. That's right, interior reno season is here. So head to Fries Tobin for all the installation, drywall, interior doors, baseboards, and casing materials you need to make your home cozy and welcoming for the long winter months that lie ahead. Visit FriesTobin.com or see them in Regina or Fort Capel. Fries Tobin. Let's get you building.
Hey Rider Nation, this is Dave Thomas, voice of your Saskatchewan Roughriders. It's the playoffs. The games are bigger, and so is the 50-50. Huddle up to riders5050.ca, and you can get in on the massive jackpots. You can even score quickly with the early bird prize. This week, it's 2 tickets to the Cardinals and Seahawks game in Phoenix, including flights and hotels, but you have to buy before Thursday at 5 p.m. Get your tickets at riders5050.ca, and go Riders!
License number LR240102.
Winter brings tougher driving weather, and that means it's time to winter up those tires on your vehicle. Regina Motor Products has got an offer that will make your ride safer and your wallet happier. Before you hit the snowy open road, get your tires swapped for winter, with rebates as high as $120 off a full set of winter tires. You don't want to wait. Book now and be ready for all that cold stuff. Visit rmpchevrolet.com.
People judge you on everything. What you wear.
Nice pants, buddy.
Your hair.
Nice man bun. That takes confidence.
And, of course, your yard.
You should have complimentary snowshoes for when people use your sidewalk.
This winter, obliterate the snow and silence the critics with the Husqvarna snowblower from Prairieland Rental.
Is that Husqvarna? Wow. Also, I love your slacks.
Prairieland Rental, 600 Albert Street. PrairielandRental.com.
Regina Pats hockey is back, and that net is wide open to renew your plates. When you take that big slap shot, do it online with Dusick and Barlow. Request a quote for anything you need. It's a true breakaway, and as easy as it is for the Pats to score that winning goal. When it comes to online plate renewal, there's no high sticking involved, just the most valuable players in the game. Your local Regina insurance brokers, Dusick and Barlow. Local owners, local business, SaskInsurance.com.
Hi, I'm Deb Davies with the Saskatchewan Foster Families Association, and we're actively recruiting new foster homes in your area. Fostering is all about families helping families, and our team is with you, providing ongoing training and support. We invite caring families of all types to imagine fostering. It's a rewarding way to make a meaningful difference in a child's life. Have you ever considered becoming a foster parent? Please reach out today at saskfosterfamilies.ca.
It's 4 o'clock. Good afternoon. Partly cloudy, 9 degrees in Regina. I'm Andrew Dawson from the Harvard Media News Center with 620 CKRM News. It's for Sherwood Co-op, proud supporter of our community, with over 500 donations to local charities and nonprofits annually. And by Mercedes-Benz Regina, for those who can. Mercedes-Benz-Regina.ca. The second preliminary count has been completed by Elections Saskatchewan. Chief Electoral Officer Dr. Michael Boda explains what was happening.
We're counting the vote by mail ballots that were received by Elections Saskatchewan by October the 26th. That's 2 days before the last day of vote.
Now, this has changed the party standings a bit. The standings are Sask Party 34, NDP 27. There will be a final count of ballots on November 9th, which will include mail-in ballots received after October 26th, as well as any ballots from displaced people in hospital, care homes, and prisoners on remand. Sandra Masters unveiling her re-election platform as the municipal election is just 2 weeks from today. Masters pointing out some of the key work done in the city, including improving infrastructure.
And while we've made progress, there's more to do. I will continue to work hard to have a safer community with stable infrastructure supported by an economy that creates opportunity for everyone, especially our kids.
11 people have put forward their names to be the mayor of Regina. A 23-year-old man prohibited from driving has been arrested and charged with car theft. According to Regina Police, they were dispatched to the 300 block of Howe Place just before 5 a.m. They were called about a car theft in progress. When they arrived, the vehicle was gone, but it was found on Louvain Drive near First Avenue, and police tried to stop it with a tire deflation device at Louvain and 13th, but the vehicle kept going. At 28th and Argyle, police, along with members of the SWAT team, were able to surround the car, but the driver refused to come out until a police dog was sent in. It turns out there is a prohibition on this person even being in the driver's seat of a car. He's now charged with car theft, possession of stolen property, and violating a court order. He'll be back in court in December. Farmers getting a mixed bag of weather this growing season. The last provincial crop report of the year indicating the start was wet and cool. Then mid-season it got hot and dry before backing off for harvest time, which allowed producers to start early and finish early. Tice Masich with the Ministry of Agriculture says the heat really affected yield potential.
The dry conditions really, they heat blasted canola and they really took a toll on yield potential, which was disappointing for lots of farmers around the province.
Now that harvest is complete, producers are hoping for more moisture for next year. That's a look at 620 CKRM News. Read more stories from around your community and around the province at sasktoday.ca and at 620ckrm.com.
The luxury of Mercedes-Benz has never been more within reach with the fall demo event at Mercedes-Benz Regina. Save up to $32,000 on select models like the luxurious EQE 350. Get the premium performance and elegance Mercedes-Benz is known for, but with unmatched value when you choose certified pre-owned. Take advantage of the opportunity to experience the Mercedes-Benz you've always dreamed of, without compromise. Book your test drive at Mercedes-Benz Regina.
When you shop at Sherwood Co-op, you're contributing to your community
while building equity and putting money back in your pocket.
Others may claim to be local, but Sherwood Co-op is truly local.
Rooted in your community for over 90 years.
They're a proud Saskatchewan company
who continue to support hundreds of community organizations each year.
Like the Neonatal Intensive Care Unit at the Regina General Hospital and the Cancer Foundation of Saskatchewan.
We are members.
We are owners.
We are Sherwood Co-op.
Time now for a look at your 620 CKRM Precision Weather Forecast. It's for Line-X Regina, Serious Protection, Killer Looks, 1865 McCarra Street. And for Wolf Industries, your truck repair specialists in Grenfell, servicing all sizes of trucks, SGI accredited. Partly cloudy the rest of the way for tonight and a southeast wind 10, low -3. Partly sunny tomorrow, southeast wind 20 and a high of 9 degrees to start Halloween. And Halloween night looks mostly cloudy with a low -1. Friday, partly sunny, southeast wind 25 and a high of 9. And Saturday, for game day at Mosaic, mostly sunny and a high of 10 degrees. Moose Jaw right now, partly cloudy, southwest wind 28. It's 11 degrees. And in Regina, partly cloudy, southwest wind 16. It's 9 degrees. threes. For more local news that matters to you, subscribe to the daily newsletter at sastoday.ca.
When you want the best for your truck, you want Line-X. Your truck has withstood the harshest elements Saskatchewan has thrown at it. Rocks, gravel, rain, sleet, and snow, and left with no chips, no rust. Line-X protective coating keeps your truck's bed liners, rocker panels, and bumpers looking like brand new. Don't settle for Brand X. Go with Line-X. It's serious protection. Come see why everybody loves taking their truck to Line-X Regina for their rocker panels, bumpers, and more. Line-X. Make your truck complete. 1865 McCarra Street.
Whether Smokies after you or not, when you're on the road in your big rig, you're in a hurry to get to where you're going, and you need a part shop you can trust. Wolf Industries is the premium choice. They're your family-run truck mechanic shop with a full line of parts for big semis, with certified AC technicians for the hot summer. Stop in at their Grenfell location for all the parts and repairs you need. They're SGI accredited for safety inspections and have 24-hour emergency call-out. Wolf Industries, the best for your truck. 10-4. Broadcasting from Century Studios in downtown Regina, Harvard Media presents the all-new Sportscage, where Saskatchewan comes to talk local sports. Brought to you by the Saskatchewan Roughriders Foundation 50/50. Visit www.riders5050.ca to purchase your tickets for this week's game. Be a part of the show. Call 1-866-767-0620 or text 306-936. 6262. The all-new Sportscage. Streaming at sportscage.com and on the radio at 620 CKRM.
Welcome back. Hour 2 of the program live from the Brandt Centre here in Regina, getting ready for the Regina Pats Prince Albert Raiders tonight. We are giving away tickets to that game, 936-6262, Capital Ford Lincoln text line if you want to go to that. If you want to go to the Riders and Lions West semifinal, 936-6262, and the keyword is Riders on that. For the Pat tickets, just text in and let us know why you're awesome, or why you like the Sports Cage, or why you want to come to the Pats game. Darren Anderson, Barney Shinkaruk, the C's are back. We're going to have Eric Francis here right away joining us. Before I forget, I want to give our clutch performer today. Clutch performer for Nick Service in Emerald Park, your local Massey Ferguson Gleaner and Fent dealer. We got this in from Georgie. Pilot Butte Rodeo. I want to give it to its clutch performer. We're going female side. If I got to lean over to read this, it's on the computer here. Muriel Barrett of Prairie Rodeo. They have a ranch outside of Pilot Butte. Muriel and Carl, since 1991, have been supplying quality stock for many rodeos. Also received acknowledgement for Bull of the Year, Saddle Bronc Horse of the Year, and Bareback Bronc of the Year in 2024. That's huge. Muriel has not only been a promoter of the sport of rodeo, stock contractor, but community rodeo partner in promotions and sponsorships for many of the community rodeos around. Well-deserved. Muriel Barrett, our clutch performer. Thanks for that, George. That's great, because we were talking rodeo earlier with Sean Kindop. This place is going to be packed at the end of November with the Canada Western Agribition and the rodeo for 4 days. It's off the charts here. So, yeah, Muriel is our clutch performer for Nick's Service in Emerald Park. That's a lot of awards. They're doing something right up there.
That's a lot, and you forget,
Prairie Rodeo.
All of the livestock that's required to run a rodeo, that back office type stuff. Like we were talking about the cowboys and cowgirls, but obviously a big part of rodeo happens behind the scenes. You don't just have a rink and throw a puck out there.
No, yeah. Cowboy, take me away. Let's go down to Utah.
It's time to talk hockey on the all-new Sports Cage with NHL analyst Eric Francis. Brought to you by South 8 Mainline, the Mainline Automotive Group's newest king of trucks. South 8 Mainline, just 30 minutes north of Regina. Worth the drive every time. Guaranteed.
Oh, yeah, I love it. Standing outside downtown Utah. Is that downtown Utah or downtown Provo?
It's downtown Utah. It's that's the Salt Lake Temple behind me. I thought you'd enjoy that. It's a beautiful architecture. Nice. There may be a tree in the way or two, but just wanted to bring it live on location to the heartbeat of the NHL.
There you go. If you're watching the stream at sportscage.com, you see it there, Eric Francis. Everybody's walking by with orange orange bags or carts behind you, though, Eric. I don't know if that's a thing in Salt Lake City. I was talking to my wife the other day, and I was like, yeah, Eric's in Vegas. He's at New York. I'm jealous. She's like, don't worry, you travel enough. And I'm like, still, I can be jealous of him. And now he's going over to Utah to watch the Flames there tonight. Let's start with Utah. I know we're going to start with the clip. Let's start with Utah. What's your first thoughts getting there, getting to the rink today, the old Delta Center? I know they say there's some sightline issues. Take us through what your first thoughts were.
Yeah, you know what? Anyone who watches the game or any game that Utah plays this year on TV is going to be really struck by the fact that, kind of like when you're watching the World Championships or something like that, right behind the net, there's a wall, and on both ends, and they're going to renovate that. Like the Delta Center has been around for a long time, but it is in great shape, and they're going to renovate this thing. I thought they were, for some reason, I thought they were building a new building here. They're not. This is the building that they're going to share with the NBA team, and it is spectacular. In the four corners up top, you can't see the goal. That's a bit of a problem, but. You can see one goal. You don't need to see both. I mean, why pay full price? But there is a seat there in all four corners, kind of where a balcony. I stood on there today. I put a video on Twitter if anyone wanted to look at it. Eric Francis. You stand up. You're 10 feet above the glass. You can reach over the glass if you wanted to. They're the four best seats in the National Hockey League in the history of the league. They're absolutely amazing. You're right on top of the action, literally, and you're not even protected by the netting, which is kind of interesting. You're protected by the glass, but if you stand up, all bets are off. But it is a spectacular building. I really believe that, to watch a game here. And kind of the irony of that is they just came from a building that I used to argue was probably the best place ever to go see an NHL game, which was in Phoenix at the old college rink there. What was that, only 8,000 seats? There wasn't a bad seat in the house. I think the worst seat was 18 rows up. And now they come here, and depending on where you're sitting, you could have one of the best seats in the league as well. So pretty cool. I'm not suggesting there's a whole lot to do outside of the game here in Utah, but I'm just telling you, when you get to the Delta Center, you won't be disappointed.
Oh, I'm sure there's some kind of fun there that you can find and have. I'm just watching that. Darren and I are watching that video right now.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That is good. That's a marketing person's Disneyland right there. They're gonna figure out something to market that. The NHL's best seat in the house, brought to you by whatever. You know what though? Yeah. It's funny. When the Coyotes, the first few years there, I was in Phoenix, and they played at America West, which half of it, remember this? A bit of it hung over the ice, and you could kind of only see that blue line down. But regardless, it was downtown. That place was packed. Jeremy Roenick, Keith Tkachuk there. Tempo Numanen was there for a bit. Oleg Tvernovsky, just an absolute liability on the back end.
Super fun.
But those Coyote games are so much fun. Downtown Phoenix, and it was an obstructed view. What else is going on with the Flames as you guys go into Utah, Eric? What's the big news?
Well, they just got pumped 5-0 in Vegas. Kind of the first time this year that the Flames really threw together a dud, and so they've switched up the line significantly. Sam Honzek is kind of their rookie revelation this year. He's back in the lineup after being injured, but tonight's game is all really revolving around Michael Backlund. Plays his 1,000th game in the National Hockey League, and they've got shirts and hats made up, and all the nameplates have photos of his family on them, and there's just a whole lot surrounding it. He's a real class act, captain of the team, beloved in Calgary. And, just a year ago, he didn't know whether he was going to stay in Calgary or not, and he decided to kind of go against the grain and stay in Calgary for a moment like this, where he could celebrate 1,000 games in a city where it means something. Like if he had gone somewhere else and was only his 10th game into playing for the Seattle Kraken, I'm not sure tonight anybody outside of the Backlund family would care that he was playing his 1,000th game. So he's flown in 20 people from Sweden tonight, including his six best buddies. But what I think is really funny is he's a real creature of habit, and he's always just scoffed. Like if there's one thing I know about Backlund, it's like he hates coffee in North America. So he's always only drank Swedish coffee. And I think it's a lot stronger. I don't know. I've never tested it. And I asked all his teammates. He wouldn't let any of them test it. He likes to hoard it to himself. But he brought his own coffee machine for this trip because he knew so many people. He knew so many people from Sweden were coming, and he didn't want them to have to suffer through North American coffee. So he brought his own, which I think is pretty funny. Yeah, it's pretty funny.
My son will talk about how the food was odd in Sweden and Helsinki, which it's a little bit different. The coffee's unreal, and they actually have really good beer. And obviously, Zins are massive in Sweden. They love their Zins. Colorado, I sent you this tweet. Like, I'm wondering here if a guy's thinking about sprinkling, or girl, on the Avs. Watch out, because the Avs are without their top nine skaters right now. Like, they're piecing things together there in Colorado.
Yet, what's remaining is still, like, you still think they could probably win a fair number of games with just Rantanen, McKinnon, Makar, and that back end they've got. Now, their goaltending struggled this year, but you're right. All those injuries right now, it just explains how they just lost the other night to Chicago at home. Yeah. I mean, that's almost unthinkable. Those guys, I guess, are not enough to carry the team by themselves, and they're going to need, I think when people look at Colorado, they look at the depth and they say it's not there like it used to be when this team was a whole lot more formidable. And that's the big difference right now. And now you're seeing it with all these injuries. Like it's like a no-name squad that's, kind of being pieced around McKinnon and Makar and company. And so there's going to be some growing pains right now for the next little while. And guys like Gabriel Landeskog, I'm not sure he's ever coming back. Like when I talk to people in and around that organization, the reconstruction and stuff that they're trying to do for him physically, it just may never take. And so that's their captain and their heartbeat. So that's the biggest loss of all of them.
After watching that thing on Amazon Prime too, it's sad that if he doesn't make it back, because you kind of really get how he's such a great guy. All right, we have the clip here ready. You sent this to me, Eric, the other day. Marc-Andre Fleury plays his last game yesterday in Pittsburgh. You sent me this during COVID, I think. Marc-Andre Fleury, you got a hold of his agent, and he did this for you. Curtis, go ahead and play it.
I don't know. Like, I don't want anything different than another game, right? I don't expect much else. I don't know. I feel like sometimes growing older, I get a little softer than I used to. With emotions, feels like. I don't know if they're kids or something. But anyway. So I think just maybe deep breath, look around, take a good look around, right? To keep good memories. Like I said, I was very fortunate to play here for so long, and like the souvenirs from this place. So it'll be nice to do it one more time.
Okay, that's a great clip. That wasn't the clip that I sent the boys yesterday. I don't know if they can pull it up quickly on email. What the clip is Eric, take us through how you got it and basically what it is if we can't play it.
Well, we all remember, and we can play it another day if we don't have it, but when I think of Marc-Andre Fleury, and I watched how emotional that was from the other night, like that clip you just played was before the game, but after the game, everybody who saw the interviews, like he was fighting back tears, and he didn't do a very good job. It was kind of beautiful, and he thanked the crowd, and it was a beautiful love-in. His team won. He helped them win 3 Stanley Cups. It's just a beautiful relationship between him and Pittsburgh, but also the relationship that he has with the National Hockey League and its fans. Like, he's the ultimate prankster. Like, I dare say he might be the most beloved player around the league in terms of just the way people have really gotten attached to him. So with all that in mind, it was COVID, 3-4 years ago, and my son was celebrating a birthday. He was, I think at that time he was 10 or 11, and he couldn't have a birthday because nobody could leave the house. And it was, you kind of felt bad for these kids, and all of us were going through a lot. But I just thought, his favorite player in the NHL had always been Marc-Andre Fleury. I reached out to his agent, Alan Walsh, and I just said, is there any chance I could get a video from Fleury for my son? It's his 10th birthday, and maybe he could just say something. And I wasn't sure if I'd get anything. I'd say it was 2 hours later I had a video from Marc-Andre Fleury. And if we can't play it today, we'll play it another day. But it still gives me goosebumps because of what it meant to my son and what it meant to me. And it's that personal touch that I think made Fleury so popular in the National Hockey League. He'll be missed.
Yeah, no, it's hopefully we can definitely That's amazing.
That is.
Like you said. So what I was trying to think, Eric, and I'm like, hockey players are usually always here, and people always say they're always the nicest and all that. But I don't know if I've ever heard of a nicer guy. Like, I remember meeting Archer's Urbe once, and he was like such a nice guy and just so down to earth. Just some of the Sasky Prairie Boys. But for him to do that just means so much. What do you think Marc-Andre Fleury will do, future-wise? What do you think's in his future? Do you think it's broadcasting? He's such a prankster. He's such a bit, or is he kind of just one of those guys that just doesn't leave the game, but doesn't grind it out day in, day out?
I would love to know what he's thinking in terms of what he'll do after hockey. I do think he'd be great to be one of the faces of the National Hockey League. Whether he's an ambassador of sorts, that would be an easy one. Either go back to Pittsburgh or do it for someone else, or be a broadcaster. I wonder, as a broadcaster, though, like, here's a guy who I'm not sure he can ever be critical or, of anybody, because those are his brothers all around the league. And I think that, but his personality alone would be enough for people to tune in, and he'd just be great for the game. So I haven't heard what he's planning on doing. I don't think he knows. I think at first he's just going to want to step back for a year or so. Still got a pretty young family, and I think he'd want to spend some time with them. But after time, anybody who spends a whole lot of time with their family like that for a year, they'll eventually want to go back to work. I can say that. I can say that because I got kids.
I think, Eric, sorry, DA here, I think he should personally throw his body into science because he still looks 21. I think they got to figure out how this guy looks 21 at his age. Like, it's incredible. And you know what? I'm a Knights fan and sort of jumped on the bandwagon when they came in. I don't know if there's another guy who's made such an impression at all different stops. Like, I remember the angst when he left the Knights and he went to Chicago and was a big deal. And like, he just instantly becomes a face of the franchise and a local kind of hero, for lack of a better word. It's really been an amazing run for him.
It hasn't. And when you remember when he went to Vegas, like, it was kind of like, that's too bad that he's going to have to end his career, in Vegas or somewhere else. And here we are. He's got another stop in him as well. It's been a lot of years since he left Pittsburgh now, and I'm not sure anyone thought that was possible. Don't forget also, guys, when you think about his career, there were a couple lulls there where, like, he couldn't stop a beach ball, and he didn't know what to say, what to do. Do you remember this? Like, this was when he was in Pittsburgh, and, like, everyone thought his career's over, like, had written him off. He's old enough. Probably then he was only 31 or 32, but it was a real bump in the road for him, and he overcame all that to the point where still over the last 3-4 years in other cities, he's been an extremely reliable backup. So, kudos to him also for persevering and fighting through those real rough patches.
Okay, so once again, it is the Flames and Utah tonight. Looking, Utah is a 1.5-point favorite. Have you seen any Flame fans there? And then are there a lot of Utah hockey team jerseys, excitement at all, Eric? Probably.
Yeah. It's funny. We went into some fancy restaurant last night that someone recommended, and it's one of those restaurants where an old school Italian restaurant, and all the photos on the wall are all the famous people that have eaten there. And there wasn't a single hockey player in there. I mean, it's new, right? But it's all NBA players and Hollywood stars. But I think in 3 or 4 years, you're going to see that wall filled with hockey players as well, because I don't think it'll be long before this city really wraps its arms around this hockey team as well. Because also, I think they're going to be a damn good team for a lot of years moving forward here. They've built something pretty special from the ground up over the last couple of years. And this city, is going to really benefit from that. So I'm excited for this city. And yeah, you do see some people walk around jerseys. I'm debating whether to get one or not. Like I love the baby blue. I think their color scheme is awesome. I know a lot of people don't like the Utah Hockey Club, but hey, it's a genius marketing thing, guys. Everyone's going to buy that. Everyone in this city is going to have one by the end of the year. And then they're going to do the old bait and switch and change it to the Yeti. And everyone's going to have one of those as well. So you get double your money if you're the hockey club.
Like the main Black Bears colors. You can't go wrong. Toronto Argonauts too, right?
Yeah.
You can't go wrong. Double blue like that. Yeah, so that there's probably a lot of Karl Malone and John Stockton pictures in that steakhouse.
A lot of short shorts.
Yeah. That was a different time. All right. Okay, I want a full recap of the Utah nightlife after the game tonight and all that. We'll catch up on Monday and get that from you.
Okay.
Appreciate the standing right by the temple or whatever it is downtown too. Nice touch.
Scene Center, boys. Scene Center. You guys have a great day, and we'll talk soon.
Oh, one more thing. Victory round of the birthday clip, because I wasn't sending the audio the first time.
Hey Cole, it's Marc-Andre Fleury. I just wanted to say hi. I heard your 10th birthday is up. I just want to wish you a happy birthday. Hopefully you enjoy it. Sorry you can't go out with all your friends like you would have. And also thanks for being such a great Golden Knights fan. All the best, and we'll see you in Calgary. Bye.
There it is on the stream if you heard it. Okay, Eric, you're free to go. Thanks so much, buddy.
Cheers, boys. We'll talk soon. Talk Monday.
Right on. Marc-Andre Fleury, top notch, though. Okay, we got to take a break because he's coming here right away after the break. He's back in the Pats lineup tonight. Captain Tanner Howe will have him live at the Brandt Centre here right after the break.
See you later.
Sportscage at Sportscage.
Cheers, you too. Bye.
The all-new Sports Cage is brought to you by Bronco Plumbing and Heating, where professional service is guaranteed. They'll treat you right. 781-2090.
620 CKRM is your home to country's greatest hits and the 90s at 9. 1 full hour featuring the biggest hits of the 90s. Garth, Reba, Alan, Shania, George, and so much more. No cassette tape or CDs required, and 90s mullets are optional. 90s at 9 for the town of Wolseley and the voice of Saskatchewan. 620 CKRM.
Water heater and water softener rentals are now available at Bronco Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Instead of paying big money up front, you can rent a water heater and water softener directly from Bronco without the worry or hassle. They have a long history of renting water heaters and water softeners, and they're maintenance-free. Bronco comes and does all that for you. Saskatchewan's best water heater rentals are from Bronco. Call 306-781-2090. Professional, courteous service. BroncoPlumbing.com.
Your Co-op Grow team are your local experts because we live here too. Our agronomic specialists stay up to date with the latest research and technology to help support your entire farm operation. Talk to our team for advice tailored to your farm's needs. We have recommendations to help you optimize your crop yield and quality while enhancing the health of your land. Co-op, we're all growing together. Here for your farm, here for your family. Learn more at coop.crs/farm.
The straw that broke the camel's back? What does that even mean? Do camels even use straws? Are we talking paper or plastic? If you think this Saskatchewan winter might be the straw that breaks the camel's back, at least your local Cooper tire dealer carries Cooper Discoverer Snowclaw winter tires. Cooper Discoverer Snowclaw winter tires provide exceptional grip and traction in the snow and ice. See your local Cooper tire dealer for Cooper Discoverer Snowclaw winter tires. And give that poor camel a break.
Hi, this is Shannon Forrester with Floor Coverings International. We pride ourselves on making our customers' flooring experience seamless. From the in-home consultation, to installation, to our final walkthrough, we ensure that you are completely satisfied. Your home is your sanctuary, and it's probably your biggest investment. When you need new floors, you want to make sure you're working with a team you can trust. But don't take our word for it. Listen to this Google review from Cassandra. What a great experience having this company redo our flooring. The sales reps were fantastic, super friendly, punctual, and educated. The installers were so fast and did incredible work.
Their attention to detail throughout the project was impeccable. They were friendly, on time, and always in communication during the whole process. We'll definitely be recommending Floor Covering International to friends and family.
Check out our Google reviews and see why we are the 5 stars of flooring. Don't let our name fool you. We are locally owned and operated. Visit floorcoveringsinternational.com today.
It's never too early to celebrate Christmas, and it's never a bad time to support families in our community. Head to Ashdowns in Moose Jaw now for Christmas in October. They're bringing joy to families this Christmas by collecting toys for Moose Jaw Family Services. Bring a new unwrapped toy, book, or game to Santa's Workshop, aka Ashdowns, and get 30% off your purchase and a chance to win back your purchase with Christmas cashback. Excludes appliances. Ends November 30th. Christmas in October at Ashdowns Furniture and Interiors.
Hard work is made easy with a Kubota M7-4. This powerful tractor brings performance, comfort, and versatility to handle fall's biggest jobs. Right now, save up to $7,500 on an M7-4 tractor. See your Kubota dealer for details.
Welcome back to the all-new Sports Cage. Get social with us. Follow us on X at Sports Cage. Watch our video stream at sportscage.com and always on the radio at 620 CKRM.
Full show, like we said. Still giving away tickets, 936-6262. Pats and Raiders tonight here at the Brandt Centre if you want those. Also, text in the keyword Riders if you want to go to the West semifinal on Saturday. Riders and BC Lions. Colson, I think we're giving away 4 tickets to that. 4 to both. There we go. Joining us live here at the Brandt Centre as the Pats get ready to take on his hometown Prince Albert Raiders. Tanner Howe, captain of the Regina Pats, back in the lineup. The old cheesy question right off the hop. Excited to be back. It sucks sitting out, doesn't it?
Yeah, super excited. You know, no one ever wants to go through an injury or anything and kind of miss pretty much the start of the season. So, super excited. The team's off to a pretty good start, so hopefully come in, contribute a little bit more, and help this team out.
Let's go to the injury at World Junior Summer Camp. You said it was against Sweden, first game. Like, there's just a plethora of Saski guys that we'll get to in a bit there. Everybody's watching. Okay, Tanner Howe, captain of the Pats, is there. First game against Sweden. Was it you took a shot right in the mouth? Take us through. Sorry if you want to take us through exactly what happened.
Yeah, so it was our first game actually against Sweden, and I was on the PK, and I remember I hit a guy in the corner and kind of just was recovering to the wall, and a guy took a 1-T, and all I remember is a puck hitting my mouth, and as soon as I got up, I spit 3 teeth in my mouth and kind of just rushed to the bench to get it looked at. And when I was in the trainer's room, I felt my mouth with my tongue, and my top palate, like my gum area, wasn't where it was supposed to be. So I was like, okay, this isn't good. You got to look at this, doctor. And he was like, oh yeah, we got to go to the hospital. So I got surgery 2 hours after that night, which was lucky. And then pretty much flew home the next night, and I was on bed rest for a couple of days trying to recover.
Well, that flight home must have been kind of hell too, right?
Oh, it sucked, yeah, because that pressure up in the sky just exploded in my face, and I felt like my lip was going to pop open. So, no, it definitely wasn't fun.
You'd probably make the team, though, on that shot block?
I hope so.
No, and obviously the hope is, it's too bad, right? You don't get to start the season, but now you're going to rev because you really want to impress and get that invite to the camp right before Christmas.
Yeah, definitely. Hopefully come back here, have a good start, and make a good impression, and hopefully have a good camp and make that team.
Full bubble guy then for the season?
No, I'm actually out of a bubble.
Oh, really?
So, yeah.
Wow.
It'll be good.
Mouth guarded up, though.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, man, it's I go back and I'm trying to think. It was Jeremy Roenick, right? He got a real bad one once, right in the mouth. Knock on wood. I can't even imagine, Tanner, what that was like. Let's go to, you're in 05, right? And so growing up, people maybe don't get it, but that 05 crop of Saskatchewan kids, especially northern Saskatchewan kids, is so special. You got Yager, you got Height, you got Chadwick, you got Price. I'm missing somebody from Saskatoon there too. And then you got you from Prince Albert. Berkeley Catton always played a year up as an 06. What do you remember about like when you guys were younger and playing against each other?
Yeah, I remember when I was really young, I played with Jaeger growing up until I think he was Pee Wee, and then he moved to Saskatoon to play up a level. But I remember just me and Jaeger being on the same team and always kind of dominating, and how fun it was. And we always had like super long hair together, and yeah, no, it was fun. But it was awesome, like competing against those guys. When you played at Saskatoon, it was always going to be a good game. So it was really cool.
Catton is a year younger, and we talked about Roger McQueen, who's in Brandon, started the year off dealing with some injury problems as well. Like, all you guys chat? Like, you guys text each other, talk, still buddies, all you guys?
Yeah, most of us all skate at Trash Power Skating in the summer, so we kind of all see each other there, and throughout the season you'll text each other and talk about a game or whatnot. So yeah, we stay in touch a fair bit. So.
You're back in action tonight, so for you, like personal, do you have any? It would have been hard, right? Because you got injured. Like, what kind of goals would you have this year personally?
I think for me, it's being consistent each game, try to be consistent each shift, and not take a shift off. I think if I do that, that can go a long way. And this first game, trying to get my legs under me and get my win back and stuff like that. So it'll be good.
How have you been, like, besides skating? Like, are you hammering the bike hard? Like, how would you get ready for that?
Yeah, I've been fortunate enough to skate for a long time. Yeah. So practicing every day and no games gets kind of old. But I was lucky to skate and bag skate myself at the end of practice and stuff like that. So. I think I should be ready.
Push the net? Are you push the net guy?
Either that one or pushing tires. Kenny loves that one.
Oh, yeah.
So let's get into the team this year. It's a log jam. One loss more than the third place team. Top 5 in goals against, but struggling a little bit to put the puck in the net. Obviously the team must be happy to have you back on the ice for that. Have you guys made that sort of a focal point, or where are you guys thinking that you're at right now this time of year?
Yeah, I think, we've dealt with quite a few injuries, to be honest. I think, Whitehead being out more and me and, Corbin Vaughn getting suspended, it wasn't great, but I think we're all kind of starting to come back, and I think that can really help. And, having a full power play with all our veteran guys back, and I think that can be a huge contributor too. So yeah.
You got Hoff, right? Who everyone knows, and Vocal and Bent. Then you got Smith coming in this year. You got Durkach, one of the legends, helping out. Just having so many guys being able to help with the team, is that a benefit? Obviously.
Definitely. I think ever since Al came in, he's brought some really good people to this organization. I think that helps so much. And I think with Smitty coming in, and he brings. Some different things, like different drills in practice, and some different systems, and he's running our power play unit, so some different plays there, and I think that helps so much.
My daughter loves coming to the games. She's 11. Doesn't have a favorite player yet and all that. But one question I want to ask for you before a game, like maybe that hour before, take us through what you do to get ready. Is it, do you got your own headphones, your own game? Like, do you same thing every game, or creature of habit?
Yeah, usually the same thing. I come to the rink stretch, tape my stick, all the basic stuff, play some sewer ball, and usually I dip in the ice bath quick to kind of just get my body going. Throw pucks, hang out with the guys. Usually listen to whatever's on in the music. So in the room, sorry. So.
You're not a picky guy when it comes to music?
Not really, no. I kind of just listen to whatever. So yeah, but usually do the same thing every day.
Easy.
Someone else has got the aux then? Who's
usually
DJ?
Zach Moore has it.
Oh,
if
nice.
not him, either Corbin Vaughn or.
Could a guy get kicked off if guys? Too many guys don't let you get you're out.
Yeah, in practice we kind of go through 2 guys every day, just because guys don't like the music. But it's fun.
Awesome. So obviously playing your hometown team, is that still special for you? Do you get a little extra geared up? Is it first game back, playing PA? Is it nice to see the green and gold kind of coming at you?
Yeah, it's still different, to be honest. Like seeing myself play against them, watching them grow up ever since I was a kid. I don't think I missed a game. So it's definitely still different, but I think I still get a little bit more energy playing against them. It's definitely more fun, and it's exciting.
Who's your favorite Raider of all time when you were growing up?
Oh, that's tough. I like Dante Noon a Oh, he was good. He was a good one, especially when he scored in Game 7 there.
Yeah,
it's crazy. So,
your brother Connor, he was just on the WHL Cup team for Team Saskatchewan. Great experience. There's just so many good hockey players. Again, playing for Saskatchewan. How's his year going?
Really good, actually. He's with the Mintos right now, so I think they're off to a decent start, and he's producing pretty good. Watching him play, I think he played last night against the Blazers. He just had a goal, so he's doing pretty good.
When he comes down here, you'll go and watch him if it works out.
Yeah, I think we're actually here when he plays, so I'll definitely be going.
Right on. Yeah, big PA contingent. Wear some Mintos gear. Hey, nice to see you back, man. I know it's been it's been a crazy 5-6 months for you. I know the Pat fans are really excited to get you back, get some pucks in the net as well. So best of luck, and let's catch up again.
Thank you very much.
Right on. That is Pat's captain, Tanner Howe, here joining us live at the Brandt Centre on the all-new Sportscage. If you're watching that stream, you see him right there. It's sportscage.com.
When it comes to duct cleaning, call Bronco Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. They'll clean out the dust and debris that builds up over the summer. When you need protection, they offer a monthly plan for homeowners to get regular service done on their AC and furnace, as well as plumbing. And when it comes to furnace servicing, it's never too early to get that done too. Bronco will service your furnace and have you ready to go before winter hits. Consider it today, so you can rest easy tomorrow. Learn more at broncoplumbing.com.
Are you in transition? We understand that hard work pays off, so let McDougall Auctioneers make it rewarding. Hi, this is Riley McChesney. Our retirement auctions are designed to honor your legacy and maximize returns. With our tailored approach, selling your asset becomes a seamless, profitable journey. Trust us to turn your hard work into a golden retirement opportunity. You earned it. McDougall Auctioneers, 1-800-263-4193, or visit us at McDougallAuction.com.
Hey Rider Nation, this is Dave Thomas, voice of your Saskatchewan Roughriders. It's the playoffs. The games are bigger, and so is the 50-50. Huddle up to riders5050.ca, and you can get in on the massive jackpots. You can even score quickly with the early bird prize. This week, it's 2 tickets to the Cardinals and Seahawks game in Phoenix, including flights and hotels, but you have to buy before Thursday at 5 p.m. Get your tickets at riders5050.ca, and go Riders!
License number LR240102.
At the cabin or on the farm, Access Rural Internet gives you speed and service you can rely on. Right now, get Access Rural Internet for as low as $69.95 a month for 24 months, including free service calls by our local techs, a free Wi-Fi router, and a strong, reliable signal matched by our strong, reliable customer service. Great service is never far away with Access Rural Internet. Visit myaccess.ca to book your free site survey.
This November from the 25th to the 30th, the excitement is back. Agribition returns for the 53rd year, packed with more adrenaline than ever before. 1 night of freestyle bullfighting, 4 nights of professional rodeo, and 6 days of an extensive agri-trade show. Something for everyone. The evening cabarets aren't going anywhere. The famous Party on the Dirt will be on Friday, November 29th and Saturday, November 30th. But make sure you get your tickets because this is a sellout event. Tickets on sale at agribition.com/tickets.
On today's farms, a generator is a necessity. Whether you need to keep operating during an outage or you need to bring power to a remote location, you need a generator from Shorty Generators. They are the farm generator experts specializing in standby generators, mobile generators, and prime power generators. For any power you need on the farm, Shorty has the generator to run your equipment, and Shorty can service all makes and models of generators too. Call them today and be prepared. ShortyGenerators.ca.
See them rise. It's a Regina Pats game day, and they're bringing their all to the Brandt Centre. Get in on the action. Visit reginapats.com or the Brandt Centre box office. The Regina Pats. See them rise.
The all-new Sports Cage continues. You can watch our live stream at sportscage.com and always on the radio. Saskatchewan's voice for local sports, 620 CKRM.
Wednesdays is for Riders 50-50. The Rider Foundation 50-50. You get it at riders5050.ca. Okay, so the early bird prize and the deadline is coming up here. So it is tomorrow, 5 p.m. It's Halloween tomorrow.
Halloween tomorrow. So get that in. Don't forget when you're dressing up in your costume.
Arizona Cardinals, Seattle Seahawks in Glendale, Arizona. Really good place to tailgate.
Yes.
Always a good tailgate because the weather's always deadly. Includes 2 tickets to the game, December 8th, flights, 3 nights accommodations at the W in Scottsdale. That's fancy. I don't think they have a continental breakfast. That's how fancy that hotel is. Transfers to the hotel in the game, or you can just scrap it. And a lot of people before Christmas and take $9,000 cash. That's the early bird, so might as well buy it. Riders5050.ca. You can buy one at the game anyway. So then you buy.
Right. Like I've signed up now. I get the texts. I have an Extram subscription for sure. But the early birds have been a great draw for the foundation this year. Good job on them, and I get excited. I haven't won yet, but if I keep going in, eventually I'll win one. But that's a great prize. The W Scottsdale, right down Old Town Scottsdale.
I'm trying to remember.
Nightlife.
Trying to remember it. I can't.
Oh, it's right off of Old Town Scottsdale. So like right off. What's Dirk Bentley's bar?
Bentley.
Like it's right. You just stumble home. It's less than a block away. Beautiful area. If you've never been down there.
I'm sad.
Great prize.
I'm at the Brandt Centre, though. I'm excited. Pats and Raiders tonight, 936-6262 if you want to win tickets to that game. Colson's going to give them away. Friday Night Lights for Regina Motor Products. You get your $20 off tire changeover right now at Regina Motor Products. The email is hi, H-I, at sportscage.com. So, man, we're going to run it down really tomorrow. Everything, but we want you guys, I'm just going through the emails here, some really, really good emails. This one is super long. Action around the province, 6-a-side, 9-a-side, and then Friday night in Regina, it's Leboldus Campbell. We're going to talk to both coaches tomorrow on the Sports Cage. Both those teams upset, right? Leboldus upset Miller. And then Campbell, a slight upset against Riffle.
Yeah.
I was expecting a Riffle-Miller. I was going to go, NOD style, represent Riffle.
Go Royals. That's my alma mater.
Yeah, but is it the Golden Sun or just the Sun at Leboldus?
Golden Suns, yeah.
And
South End Cake Eater team.
Campbell Tartans?
Campbell Tartans, yeah, 2 South Enders.
We can still go with Tartans?
Yeah, I think
anybody?
So. We haven't changed it. Not that
okay.
All apologies if we changed it, but no,
it's going to be so good. Friday Night Lights. It is that time of the year when high school football just buzzes around.
Yep.
There's some 6-a-side and 9-a-side. What's the Highway 22 Storm? They've been feeding us info all year, so I don't want to single anybody out. But that's the Saudi Q-Par team. They travel to Waka.
Yeah, so big semifinals. Talking to the boys at Freeze Tallman, they're jacked. Jay's jacked up. He said it's going to be quite the run. I mean, they've had sort of a wagon in that division.
Yeah.
4 in a row, Clavette. So Clavette 4 provincial championships in a row, won 3 of them. They're up against Rosetown in one semi, and then the new Saudi Q-Par Highway 22 team is going up to Waka to play the other semifinal. And it's a great time of year. It's beautiful, going to be beautiful weather, and happy. Great to hear when you're talking to the Jay's getting
it's so exciting.
This many he's rattling off how many points against, best defense in the league. This is his opinion, not the old Highway 22 team. So
there's nothing better than walking into Freeze Tallman Lumber and just talking with those guys.
Nothing.
Like I go in there to quickly drop something off or pick something up, and it turns into an hour and a half of just talking hockey, talking football, talking whatever. It's like it would be. I never grew up in a small town, never lived in a small town. Spent a couple summers way up north in Pachinak, but it was like the small town gathering spot, right?
Yeah.
That's what Freeze Tallman. Where the coffee is always on, where it used to be anyway. I don't know.
Yeah, there's usually donuts kicking around.
Derek Dodd's there. I always got to try. My goal is always try and make him smile. Make Doddsy smile somehow. No, but it's high school football. Have the full rundown tomorrow. You know what Waka is spelled backwards?
Waka. It's easy.
My Baba and Guido were from there. That water tower I grew up as a kid. It was just always so big and tall. It's like, we went to the water tower and hung out. No, it's high school football. Time of the year is pretty good. Colson, in my headset here, do you want us to take a break here, or do you want us to just run right into news? Okay, let's keep going. right into news. WHL tonight, besides the Pats hosting the Prince Albert Raiders this evening, we just talked to Tanner Howe. It's not a big game. I know it's only October, but these points matter, and they got to start scoring goals, like you said.
Well, and I think, early in the season, again, it's a log jam. So it looks like the Blades and the Lethbridge is kind of shot out of a cannon. But then that next 6-7 teams are kind of right there at that 500. The Pats are a game behind 500. But like Tanner said, been battling injuries early. If they can get the team back, get some wins under their belt before they have to bolt out of here for exhibition, all of a sudden they're right in the thick of things. And I think now is the time you build that, right? It's time to get those early successes so that you can carry that through the travel, get to know your teammates on the bus and hopefully drive into a successful December.
SJHL tonight, Larange in Notre Dame, Flin Flon is in Melfort. So they're cooking popcorn. I'm a sucker for popcorn. Like, that is one of my, like I said, if this Subway starts firing up bread, we are in trouble. So, come down to the Brandt Centre, Pats and Raiders tonight. Or if you want to try and win tickets, we still have time, 936-6262. Riders. So we found out who our mystery rider is going to join us for the entire last hour. Miles Brown is going to be right here on the stream, on the radio. If you have any questions you want to fire Miles Brown, text him in. Capital Ford Lincoln text line 936-6262. Saskatchewan's #1 Ford retailer. We haven't had anybody besides Eric Francis join us on the Western Pizza guest hotline, so I better give a plug to Spiro and Western Pizza. Leboldus last year saw the whole team having their team meal at Western Pizza South.
Yeah, it's basically you could throw a rock and hit the school. Perfect.
So I'm sure they'll be there.
That's my WP. That's where I go for my wheel.
It's I'm sure they'll be dining in again this Friday as they get set for the city final. Western Pizza South. Any of the Western Pizzas, they all have great pickup specials.
So Bulls has got to still have a Kusky on there, right? Like, their youngest has got to be playing. I don't know. I'll have to text Darren. They Kusky powerhouse. The Bulls coming back.
Grandkids are starting to maybe pop up there. If you missed it off the start of the show, the Riders topped the West Division with 9 divisional All-Stars this year. Trevor Harris, a quarterback. Samuel Emelis, wide receiver. Guard Logan Furland. Jameer Thurman, linebacking. C.J. Rivas, cover linebacker, it says. He's been so good. Roland Milligan Jr., double. The two-pack.
Double.
Yeah, the halfback and special teams player. And Marcus Sales, we heard earlier in the show, for quarterback. And then the other one is Micah Johnson. No surprise there. Defensive tackle. Our Dave Thomas had a chance to talk with MJ.
Micah Johnson, it is the 7th time in your career that you've been named an All-Star. Congratulations.
That's crazy, bro. It's fun, man. You know what I'm saying? You put a lot of hard work into it, especially, you know what I'm saying, you playing this long, so it's cool to get, you know what I'm saying, a little recognition. That's always fun.
What does it say about getting an individual award for a defensive lineman?
It's cool, man. It's, I think D-line's a little different because, you know what I'm saying, you're in there battling with 4 other guys at the same time. So for me, I just think it's dope how, you know what I'm saying, this D-line stuck together. We had a lot of things going on. We've had injuries and, you know what I'm saying, we stuck through it. So shout out to Miles Brown, Caleb Sanders. Like, I know it's been a couple times I made plays because of the type of penetration, the type of players they are beside me. So I kind of feel like this for all the D-tackles, bro, because they've been playing great, and I know I've benefited playing beside them.
Did you get any offensive lineman votes at All-Star, do you think?
Probably not, man. I ain't making no snaps, man. Like I be telling the O-line, man, that's a whole nother world. I don't want to live in that. Y'all got that, man, for sure.
There are 8 players in this locker room, Micah Johnson, 9 when you consider they're positionally being named an all-CFLer. What does that say?
I feel like we could have had more, bro. We got a lot of good players on this team, man. We're a real deep team. And like I said, it's one of those things you kind of want to build up the guys around you that didn't get it, because there's always other people that's more deserving as well to get it. So it's one of those things, bro. I just think this team's an incredibly deep team. It could have been other all-stars. We have all-stars at every level. And, just shouts out to the job Jail did putting the team together and the talent we got in the building right now.
Obviously, now the attention has to turn to Vernon Adams Jr. and the British Columbia Lions offense. What does VA bring to that offense?
All of them, man. All of them. A lot of different challenges. He's mobile. He's very mobile, and he's aggressive at the same time. He likes taking shots down the field. He has a great ability to move in the pocket. He can manipulate the pocket well. And then that's not even when he gets out the pocket, it's trouble too. So, I mean, we all know what kind of player he is. He's a complete player, complete quarterback. He's one of the better quarterbacks in the league. So he presents all the challenges that you would expect in a big-time playoff game, honestly.
Yeah. If I'm buying a jersey this year, it's a Micah Johnson jersey.
Oh.
But the offensive line.
The offensive line.
With
no nameplate on the back.
Was it? Oh, what number was your offensive line?
I think it was 56. That's
something like that.
Good memory.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. Still an hour of the show, and we are going to be joined for the full hour, like co-host style, like Jamarcus Hardrick a couple weeks ago, but Jamarcus Light. It's going to be Miles Brown joining us. Darren Anderson, the C's are back at the studio. I'm Barney Schinker. We got one more hour left. You're watching that stream, sportscage.com. As always, we're on the home of the Saskatchewan Roughriders, 620 CKRM.
Hey, neighbor.
Hey, Otto. Where are you off to?
Taking my car to Moose Jaw Truck Shop for a checkup. It's my third one this year, so with their new rebate program, I get cash back. Other perks, too. And cookies.
They love their community at Moose Jaw Truck Shop and want to reward their loyal customers with rebates. Bring in your vehicle for preventative maintenance 3 times a year and get cash back in September and February, plus other perks. Learn more at moosejawtruckshop.com.
The greatest auto sale has arrived at Crestview Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Behold our dazzling weekly Ringmaster specials. Early year-end prices that will have you gasping. And Cash for Clunkers is back. Get a minimum $3,000 for your vehicle, guaranteed. There's food and games galore. Plus, win your share of thousands in unbelievable prizes. So come one, come all to the greatest auto sale at Crestview.
Hey Rider Nation, this is Dave Thomas, voice of your Saskatchewan Roughriders. It's the playoffs. The games are bigger, and so is the 50-50. Huddle up to riders5050.ca, and you can get in on the massive jackpots. You can even score quickly with the early bird prize. This week, it's 2 tickets to the Cardinals and Seahawks game in Phoenix, including flights and hotels, but you have to buy before Thursday at 5 p.m. Get your tickets at riders5050.ca, and go Riders!
License number LR240102.
Arcola Co-op has you ready for your deck renovations. Whether it be a new build or yearly maintenance, Arcola Co-op has you covered. Everything from decking boards, framing projects, hardware, cement pads, anything for your deck. Get ready for summer at home or at the cottage with a new or refreshed deck from Arcola Co-op. With delivery to Kenosee and White Bear. Open Monday to Friday, 7:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Arcola Co-op on Highway 13 since 1916. Arcola Co-op Home Center. You're at home here.
You know something? It's like selling a 6-pack with only 5 beers in it. Wood Country Woody here, reminding you that unlike some other places, Wood Country Garage Packages contains everything you need, right from the start, including appearance-grade lumber, all your nails and screws, and walk-in doors with cladded jambs. Building a garage? It's one and done with Wood Country.
Your home is your castle.
In McLean, Estevan, and Tisdale. Shop online. wood-country.com.
When planning a mini winter getaway, take a step back in time with the historic Grant Hall Hotel in Moose Jaw. Built in the 1920s, this luxurious hotel features classic designs, 58 styles of rooms, the most elegant meeting rooms, and a banquet hall. Spend the day exploring, then enjoy an extravagant, relaxing dining experience at the Grant Hall Dining Room and Burrowing Owl Lounge. They have gift cards too, perfect for stocking stuffers. The Grant Hall Hotel Moose Jaw, your vacation destination in a notorious little city with an amazing history.
The 620 CKRM Country Corner is brought to you by Glasses TV, your SaskTel authorized dealer, and Foster's Audio Video in Carlisle. Get the newest cell phone today with an amazing SaskTel rate plan.
Join America's top psychic medium, Matt Frazier, at the Connexus Art Center on Tuesday, November 5th. Get ready to be on the edge of your seat with Matt's unique personality and approach to mediumship. Get your tickets at connexusartcenter.ca. And spend your Saturdays with the Symphony. The Regina Symphony Orchestra season is well underway. See their upcoming concert list at reginasymphony.com.
For more information, visit 620ckrm.com.
Harvard Media really appreciates local businesses. We know you do too, and that's why we're giving away a $50 gift card to a local restaurant right here in Regina. We have a great line of local restaurants lined up, like Bar Willow Eatery, Tommy's Speak Eatery, Lakeshore Restaurant, and Schmitty's Smoked Meats and Catering. These restaurants are great for business lunches, casual get-togethers, or just to go out. All have dine-in or pick-up options. Visit their websites for their latest menus and hours, and tune into our radio stations to find out how to win.
It's 5 o'clock in Regina Sunshine, 10 degrees. I'm Andrew Dawson from the Harvard Media News Center with 620 CKRM News for Echo Sound in Fort Capel. Stay connected with a new cell phone from Echo Sound. Call 306-332-6711. With provincial election results, there's been a change. Saskatoon Westview back in the NDP column after mail-in ballots were added to the total. That means the standings are now Sask Party 34 seats, NDP 27. Counters with Elections Saskatchewan staged the secondary preliminary count today, which included mail-in ballots received before October 26th. Chief Electoral Officer Dr. Michael Boda says there will be a final count November 9th.
The final count has been part of the counting process since 1905. So the number of days that it takes to count has really never changed in the province.
All of the ballots are counted by hand as the provincial government denied the use of tabulators. Sandra Masters unveiling her re-election platform today as municipal elections are 2 weeks from today. Masters pointing out some key work done in the city, including improving infrastructure.
And while we've made progress, there's more to do. I will continue to work hard to have a safer community with stable infrastructure supported by an economy that creates opportunity for everyone, especially our kids.
There are 11 people who have put their names forward to be mayor of Regina. Crop yields were all over the map depending on which region of Saskatchewan you were in. Crops Extension Specialist with the Ministry of Agriculture, Tice Massich, says yields were higher in the east central and northeast regions and lower in the southwest and southeast.
So I wouldn't say it was an outstanding year by any means, but it's definitely a good sign that a lot of crops, especially crops like wheat and barley, are above that 10-year average, which is good given the dry years we've had for the last few years.
The last crop report of the year indicated winter wheat, fall rye, lentils, and field peas were above the 10-year average for yields, while durum, oats, canola, and mustard were below average. The Liberals are turning their attention to the next election campaign following last week's call to oust current Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. New campaign director Andrew Bevan presented plans to the Liberal caucus ahead of the next election, which will happen sometime in the next year. This was originally planned for last week, but postponed when several MPs called for Trudeau to step down. Many Liberals say they're ready to move on, but Toronto area MP Nate Erskine-Smith says future by-elections could change the conversation or bring it back.
I think those questions will always arise, but so the goal has to be, and Bevan presented the beginnings of I think a pretty serious plan, and we've got to put our best foot forward. People will judge us. Have we put our best foot forward? And if not, I think we're going to have to revisit some of those conversations.
By-elections for 2 vacant seats most recently held by Liberals must take place early in the new year in BC and Nova Scotia. It's 5:03. That's 620 CKRM News. Read more stories from around your community and around the province at sastoday.ca and at 620CKRM.com.
620 CKRM and the Sportscage are proud to be the voice of sports in Saskatchewan. Join the Sportscage for the monthly Fries Tallman Indigenous Athlete Showcase, highlighting builders, athletes, and coaches who have had an impact on Indigenous sports across the province. Fries Tallman Lumber in Regina and Fort Capel is committed to building a better tomorrow for Saskatchewan's First Nation. The Fries Tallman Indigenous Athlete Showcase, exclusively on the Sportscage on 620 CKRM.
You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when Uh-oh.
There are some things that can get spoiled. A sunny day, maybe.
Aw, and no umbrella or anything.
And then there's Echo Sound, your SaskTel authorized dealer, where they have all the top-of-the-line smartphones with all the latest features. With such a wide selection and so many great plans, nothing can spoil it.
Yay, rain!
Echo Sound, your SaskTel authorized dealer in Fort Capel. EchoSound.ca.
It's time now for a look at 620 CKRM Precision Weather. Here is Precision Weather meteorologist Steve Adamson.
No real changes in our weather pattern seen for the rest of the week as everything remains pretty status quo. Occasionally some passing clouds, but the chance of precipitation of any sort stays low until about Sunday when a chance of showers will be in the forecast. Tonight, partly cloudy conditions, the low temperature near -3. On Thursday, we'll have sun in and out from cloudiness, the high temperature near 9. Thursday night for various Halloween festivities, mostly cloudy skies, the low temperature near -1. Friday, a mixture of sunshine and cloud cover for the first day of November, the high around 9. Saturday looks mostly sunny, the high up to 10. And on Sunday, mostly cloudy skies with a chance of showers, the high near 6. The chance of rain is 50%. With your 620 CKRM weather forecast, I'm Precision Weather Meteorologist Steve Adamson.
Thank you, Steve. Right now, partly cloudy in Moose Jaw. There's a southwest wind gusting to 33. It's 11 degrees. And in Regina, a lot more sunshine than we've had most of the day today. Southwest wind 19, and it's currently 10 degrees. For more local news that matters to you, subscribe to the daily newsletter at sastoday.ca.
When you want the best for your truck, you want Line-X. Your truck has withstood the harshest elements Saskatchewan has thrown at it. Rocks, gravel, rain, sleet, and snow, and left with no chips, no rust. Line-X protective coating keeps your truck's bed liners, rocker panels, and bumpers looking like brand new. Don't settle for Brand X. Go with Line-X. It's serious protection. Come see why everybody loves taking their truck to Line-X Regina for their rocker panels, bumpers, and more. Line-X. Make your truck complete. 1865 McCarra Street.
Croft Electric. You've probably heard of us because we've been around for over 27 years. We do commercial and residential work? Yes. We do permanent holiday lighting? Yes. We do cabins? Yes. And farms? Yes and yes. We're an authorized Generac generator dealer. We are a full-service electrical company with the experience and the people to service all of your electrical needs. We are Croft Electric. We will be here when you need us. Do it right, do it once. Follow us on all social and call 306-586-1333 to book.
Broadcasting from Century Studios in downtown Regina, Harvard Media presents the all-new Sportscage, where Saskatchewan comes to talk local sports. Brought to you by the Saskatchewan Roughriders Foundation 50/50. Visit www.riders5050.ca to purchase your tickets for this week's game. Be a part of the show. Call 1-866-767-0620 or text 306-936-6262. The all-new Sportscage. Streaming at sportscage.com and on the radio at 620 CKRM.
Hey, it's the all-new Sportscage live at the Brandt Centre streaming. If you're watching the stream at sportscage.com, it's right there. It's Barney Shankarek, Darren Anderson. If you're watching the stream, sitting down and joining us just like that for the next hour, Miles Brown from the Saskatchewan Roughriders. You got to tight in here on this. People don't want to see you on that stream, Miles. We got an hour left of the program. The program today is for the Saskatchewan Roughrider Foundation 50/50. Before tomorrow at 5 o'clock, you want to get into the early bird. It's to watch the Cardinals and Seahawks in Glendale, Arizona. You get, where are we staying? Where do people get to stay?
The Dub in Scottsdale.
The Dub in Scottsdale. Yeah. Flights, transfers, or you can take $9,000 cash. But you got to be into the early bird before tomorrow at 5 o'clock. And then you're in.
If you're looking for someone, I think Miles just said he'd go.
You want to go?
Oh, I'll be there.
Put that up, right up to your mouth there, Shooter.
Yeah, Arizona's a nice place. That was my first location when I came out of college. So
yeah,
I'd
love to go back.
Okay, Miles Brown. If you win that, Miles Brown said he'll go with you.
Be your tour guide.
Yeah. Well, unless you guys are still playing.
Absolutely. Yeah. Then couldn't make it.
Yeah, you couldn't make it.
Jeez, I thought it was December.
Yeah. So for the next hour here, we got Jeff Truitt, head coach of the Prince Albert Raiders, going to come. You ever interviewed a hockey coach before?
Never before.
Have you ever co-hosted a radio show before?
Never before.
Right on. I love it. Let's go. It's going to be a lot of fun. And so much more coming up. Riders top the West Division with 9 division all CFL honors. We talked about this earlier. We've already heard from a couple of them. Colson, you got, I think, Samuel Emelis queued up here. Dave Thomas had a chance to catch up with the West All-Star.
Samuel Emelis, you woke up this morning and saw your name on the All-CFL list. What does that mean?
It's big, seeing all those other guys, great receivers, great players in this league, being a part of that group is special, and I'm not taking that for granted. And I want to thank everybody that voted for me, my teammates, the coaching staff for putting me in position to make plays, and obviously it's big. Yep.
What does it mean that 7 other players on your team have been recognized?
I mean that we did our part, guys came prepared and play their best, and obviously like the fan also came through and vote for us, so they appreciate what we do for the team, for the province, and we're proud of that.
This weekend, you get an opportunity to go up against the BC Lions in the West semifinal. How much motivation does this individual award provide you heading into that game and your first CFL playoff game?
Anytime you get recognition like this going into a game, it gives you a boost, so I'm going to use that and prove that I deserve it for sure.
So how is the preparation going for your first postseason game?
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to stay poised, it's the first playoff game, but we ain't trying to do too much. Or think too much of it, At the end of the day, it's another football game, and just the outcome is different, But you still got to stay poised and be ready mentally and physically for the game. So I really prepare the same as regular season game.
Now, Justin McInnes, of course, leads the league in receiving this year, also named an All-CFL team member today. He was a mentor of yours when the two of you were together here with the Roughriders. Is it cool to get the same kind of nod and recognition that he is getting this season?
Yeah, for sure, man. Especially McInnes, leading receiver in this league. I mean, he did his job, man. He was great for the Lions, and I'm glad he got recognition just like I did, and it's gonna be a good battle for sure.
Yeah. So okay, let's get your take on these guys, right? All stars. Yep. A little bit different. Darren and I were talking about a little bit different than last year, right? Just the mood of going into the playoffs. Yeah. Where last year guys are like getting out of Dodge and all that, but deserving. All the guys that got the awards today.
Absolutely. I'm so proud of those guys, and I'm happy for them. They worked their tails off to get where they are, and I'm extremely excited for them.
If you look on this list, which would be like one of your best buddies? Like which guy would you be tightest with?
Probably Micah J.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the dude, man. He's fun. He's a ton of fun. He likes to laugh. I like to laugh. We laugh all day long.
You do seem like a smiley guy.
Yeah. We have a good time in the D-line room.
How crazy is it though? What he's done this year? It's like, hey, we need you to go play offensive line. It's like high school ball. It's like, hey, we need you to go play.
For sure. The more you can do, the longer you stay around. And he's we joke about his age sometimes. For him at this moment, the more he can do, the more I guess, as they say, he can stay around, and it makes him more versatile.
If they were going to ask or maybe tell Miles Brown, hey, we need you to go play another position, which one would it be for you?
I've played offensive guard this year already, so yeah. So there it is. I'm ready to jump at somebody whenever.
Wow. You look like you could catch a pass, though.
I can. I used to play running back.
There we go.
Real
moving out there.
I can move a little bit, I can still got it.
Because we were talking off camera, you're a Reggie Bush guy.
Yeah. Yeah, I am a Reggie Bush guy. And when I started playing running back, I was a little heavy, but I tried to model my game after him if I could.
More Jerome Bettis?
I was thinking about him too. So Reggie Bush, Jerome Bettis, a little bit of both.
He was good though. Like people forget about that, right? Like especially the younger kids going up. What year were you born?
97.
Okay, yeah. So you're still young too. But like Bettis was legit. And then you think about how hard it would be to tackle a guy like that, and the weather got colder and all that. Same thing though with like AJ Ouellette. Like come Saturday here, weather, it's gonna when that sun goes down, it's gonna dip, right? Like that's gonna be tough tackling.
Yeah. And I hope they're ready for him.
I love it.
So do you like it when your South Carolina football? At university, obviously grew up. I guess it gets a little colder there in Maryland, but are you looking forward to a colder evening here, or what do you want to have the long sleeves and the mitts, or are you going to be?
I'll be right by the heaters. Heaters for sure. But I'm looking forward to a really cold game. I hope they can't throw the football. They have to run it. I like the run game. So
yeah.
That's what we were talking about earlier, especially with BC coming in here. They play in that controlled environment. It's like, let it dip, like minus 10, some snow.
Yeah. Get as cold as they want to. It's okay.
Let's get out.
We'll be fine.
So you grow up just outside Baltimore, the Washington, D.C. area?
Right, just outside D.C., yep.
And then, so football always like your life. At what age did you start playing?
I think I started playing when I was about, I'd say like 5 or something, and then I couldn't play at about 10 because I was too heavy. And they didn't have like unlimited football. It was all like weighted classes and stuff like that.
Right.
So I was playing with older kids for a lot of my youth career, and then I started playing again, I think, arena football when I was like 12 or 13. And then from there,
What's arena football at that age?
Yeah, not really arena football.
Okay.
Just in like a soccer stadium or something, like an indoor stadium.
Okay.
Of course, like fewer people, and then shorter field type thing.
And so as a kid, you said you were playing running back, or did you play kind of everything as a kid?
As a kid, I think I was trying to be as athletic as my smaller friends. So we tried to do parkour. I got to do it with them. I got to go try to jump the fence too. And then when I got into like high school ball, I started off as an offensive guard for like 1 year, I think my sophomore year, and then I started playing running back my junior year, my senior year, running back, tight end, linebacker. I tried to do whatever I could for the team.
Nice.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So life in Wolford. So you went to Wolford.
Yeah.
Am I saying it right?
Yeah, Wofford College. Yeah.
Sorry. Life there. What was it like? It was a great experience. You have some stories you want to share?
I have some great football memories. I love playing football. I love my guys there. We built a culture. I think that was the most fun part. We started off not doing so well my freshman year, and then there was kind of a history of the guys not doing so well before us, and we kind of built a culture of winning championships or conference championships. I guess that doesn't really count as a championship, but we were able to do something great. I think in our time there, and I appreciated it, and I feel like that was probably my greatest memories.
Nice.
We had Jamarcus Hardrick on last week, I think it was, and then he co-hosted. It was awesome, right?
Yeah.
Going back and he's a big man. He's
Yeah,
a big man, right?
yeah.
And he played some ball down there, like that high school team that he was on. I watched that YouTube. I forget the name of it, but they were like a wagon. Like, they didn't lose for a long time.
Wow.
For you, when you were in high school, like at what point was college always the end goal, and I'm going to play college, or did did it come a little bit later, and did you have to grind to get to college?
Oh, for sure. I had to grind, but I mean, like, to be honest, college wasn't really like, I have to go to college. It was like, I got to go to college to go to the league.
Okay.
Yeah. I thought of college as like a, get to it to get through it kind of thing. But it was always a grind, man. I had to work hard to get into the school I graduated from. Civil Friends was a really, really highly touted academic school. And I came in and I was struggling, man. I wasn't doing well. I turned in my first paper and it was just marked up, and they sent me right to the people, the
guidance counselor,
the guidance counselor to get help and stuff like that. It's all good. It's no big deal. I just had to work my way through a lot. Even in college, it was a grind.
What did you take?
Sociology.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And it was Wofford's another tough school.
Yeah.
And so it was a lot of late nights and long days, and you still got to go to practice, still got to do everything, still want what you want, still want to reach your goals. So it's just work on top of work on top of work. So
what do you think about now? And I'm sure guys that are playing and all that, but with this like transfer portal.
Yeah.
And guys they don't like how a coach looks at them. Can they just leave? Is that how it is?
I don't know. I wasn't around. I missed the transfer portal by I think a year.
Yeah.
But it seemed like it. If you don't like it, then leave.
Would you have, or did you like where you were?
Who knows?
Hey, Tuscaloosa comes.
Sorry, guys. You're building a good thing here, but Saban called me, so I got to bounce.
No, so then, just growing up in that area too, like that D.C., Maryland area, is it strong football culture?
I would say so. At certain schools, not so much at my high school, but of course, like you have like the DeMath and Gonzaga. Those are some really big schools, like nationally known schools. And for those schools, those guys at WCAC, I think is like a really big league around our area. Not for my league. We were in the MAC. We were more academic guys. So.
You're nice. Yeah. Tucked in khakis and sweater around. No, it's all good. I've been to Ocean City, Maryland.
Oh yeah,
that's a fun spot.
Is it?
Oh yeah, you never been there?
I mean, I've been.
It was a lot.
Maybe I wore it out. I don't know.
On the golf course.
It was young. Yeah, no, for sure. Did you play basketball at all?
I did a little basketball. I was more a wrestling guy though. I wrestled.
Were you?
I wrestled for my high school. Yeah, for sure.
That's big.
I was kind of good too. That was all right.
Was it cauliflower ears? Is that what they
No,
call it?
oh yeah, that is what they call it. I didn't get it. Thankfully.
No,
yeah, I didn't have enough time in the game, I guess.
Miles Brown from the Saskatchewan Roughriders is joining us here for the last hour. We do have a question here from Roscoe. Roscoe is actually texting quite a bit. He's quite clever and funny. He wants to know what's the best thing that you like about being a rider?
Rider Nation, probably. It's amazing to come out, and see the sea of green and the people screaming and yelling and cheering us on. And we go to other stadiums and it's not like that. You can feel the energy in Mosaic, and it's beautiful, man. I mean, I'm excited. I'm excited for this weekend. I mean, I know what it's gonna be like, so I'm looking forward to it for sure.
You guys are doing the Obsidian.
We are doing the Obsidian.
And was that a team decision? You guys decided on that, or that's what I heard? I heard the players love it.
Oh, that was a team. I don't know.
Well, you were late for the vote too.
Yeah.
But those are sick jerseys.
Oh, they are.
Colors.
I love them. Yeah. This is nice. I wish you could wear them all the time.
Yeah, I know. And then the helmets, they are
right?
super sharp. When is the first time you heard about Regina and you just heard about Saskatchewan?
When I found out I was coming here, I think. Yeah. It was, I think. Did
you go straight to the internet and Google and check it out?
Yeah. Then I went to TikTok and I was asking people. I would ask around. Unfortunately, I wasn't hearing the greatest things about Regina at first, so I had to do more research, of course. Right. And I'm just looking, and I'm trying to find, fun spots and stuff like that. And I think I did. So.
Nice.
How did the path to Regina, how did that come about? Because, you did have a cup of coffee. You tried it in the league, right? And then how did this come about?
So I was in I guess you're asking about how I got to Regina.
Yeah.
I had the D-line coach at Wofford, maybe about, would have been 3 years ago now, I think. He gave me a call one day. He's like, hey, man, what you doing? I'm like, waiting. Waiting around. He's like, you still playing? I'm like, yeah. He's like, want to go to Saskatchewan? Excuse me? What's that? And he's like, I have an opportunity. I know some guys up there. I can give them a call for you, and, you can see what happens. And that's what he did. And I showed up in training camp, and I had to handle business, and I did. And unfortunately, I'm here.
Did you, so when you were researching, did you research the different rules? Or did you know much about the CFL? Anything about the CFL game?
I know a little about it. I've seen it on TV a couple times.
Okay.
Yeah, I've seen it on TV. I would watch a little. Of course, I didn't know any of these people or what was going on. So I was just,
why is that guy running football to the line?
Yeah. I just saw this football, so I would just click on it a little bit. But no, I wasn't invested very much, or I didn't know very much about it.
What's the craziest CFL rule? When you first came out, what was it?
Either the rouge or the little pooch kick for a first down.
Yeah. Well, that was Montreal that was doing that quite a bit. Right? I'm trying to. Maybe it's still in our bag of tricks. I don't know if there's any BC people listening, but maybe it's still in our bag. It's actually kind of a cool little rule or play that you can get. That's crazy. KF, you got any questions? 936-6262 for Miles Brown in the Capital Ford Lincoln text line. We are live at the Brandt Centre, the Regina Pats Prince Albert Raiders this evening under the orange top here. Colson still has a couple of tickets to give away. 936-6262. It's the all-new Sportscage streaming. If you're watching it at sportscage.com, and as always, we're on the home of the Riders, 620 CKRM.
The all-new Sportscage is brought to you by Busy Bee Doors. Busy Bee will repair or replace your residential or commercial garage doors so you don't get stuck in or out. Catch the buzz. Busy Bee Doors, the garage door specialists.
Local communities are at the heart of what we do. Last year, more than 200,000 Saskatchewan people reached out for help through United Way's 211 service. When our friends and neighbors struggle, communities struggle. With your support, we can answer the call and connect to hope and help. Each of us have the ability to be there for our neighbors. Show your local love by donating today.
Visit UnitedWayRegina.ca and change lives today. Change begins with support.
Calling all farmers, ranchers, and producers. Did you know you hold the key to a resilient agriculture future? Donate to Agriculture in the Classroom Saskatchewan and help connect students with agriculture. Together, we can cultivate a generation that understands, appreciates, and champions the heart of farming. A sustainable future begins with investing in education today. Make a charitable donation to Ag in the Classroom at aitc.sk.ca/donate.
Hey Rider Nation, this is Dave Thomas, voice of your Saskatchewan Roughriders. It's the playoffs. The games are bigger, and so is the 50-50. Huddle up to riders5050.ca, and you can get in on the massive jackpots. You can even score quickly with the early bird prize. This week, it's 2 tickets to the Cardinals and Seahawks game in Phoenix, including flights and hotels, but you have to buy before Thursday at 5 p.m. Get your tickets at riders5050.ca, and go Riders!
License number LR240102.
The straw that broke the camel's back? What does that even mean? Do camels even use straws? Are we talking paper or plastic? If you think this Saskatchewan winter might be the straw that breaks the camel's back, at least your local Cooper tire dealer carries Cooper Evolution Winter Tires. Cooper Evolution Winter Tires provide exceptional grip and traction in the snow and ice. See your local Cooper tire dealer for Cooper Evolution Winter Tires. And give that poor camel a break.
The world-famous Keniston Super Draft is back for the NHL season, and $90,000 is up for grabs. Everyone is vying for the $20,000 first-place prize. Be one of 14 winners of $1,000. Do you stay chalk and go with the McDavid, Kucherov, Matthews along with the regular point getters, or go off the board? Entries are just $40 each, 3 for $100 or 7 for $200. Find some buddies and get in on some real NHL pool action with the Keniston Super Draft. Superdraft.com. Entry deadline November 1st, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time.
Easy to use, tough to beat. Kubota's compact tractors are perfect for fall and winter jobs with attachments to do it all year long. Right now, get financing as low as 0% on select models. See your Kubota dealer for details.
The all-new Sports Cage continues. You can watch our live stream at sportscage.com and always on the radio. Saskatchewan's voice for local sports, 620 CKRM.
It's the all-new Sports Cage live from the Brandt Centre. Barney Shinkaruk, Darren Anderson, Miles Brown. How does that sound?
Sounds good.
Yeah, it does sound
good. That's pretty good.
Colson and Curtis are back at the shop getting things under control. We do still have some tickets to give away. Riders is the key word, 936-6262. If you want to go to the game Saturday against the Lions, it's going to be a good one. And then 936-6262. If you want Pat tickets for tonight, that's you got to be able to get down here. The game starts at 7 o'clock. Raiders and Pats. Okay, so we were talking about this, Miles. We had Coach Mace on Monday. That it's got to be home field advantage, right? We got to get butts in the seat. We got to get people there. So just take people through when you're on the field and you're playing in a loud stadium and you can't hear anything, the confusion that goes on, what people really don't get when they're not there.
Oh yeah, it makes things way more chaotic for the offense, especially trying to get calls in, trying to make adjustments when you need to make adjustments, trying to get the snap count down when they have to go to some kind of hand motion to get the snap count. It helps us as D linemen to get off the ball a little bit faster. So it just gives us that much more of an advantage, when we have people cheering us on and screaming at them and distracting them because they don't deserve support from us, They
don't.
Right.
They don't. I you know what? I don't even mind when teams pump in noise through the speaker.
A little extra.
I think it was Indianapolis was the last team that they're kind of accusing of that. I like it. Yeah, pump in the noise. But you can get into Pill Country this weekend for $35. That's crazy. Youth tickets starting at $22 lower bowl, and adult tickets $40. $99 to take a whole family. That's 2 adults and 2 youth tickets for $99. It's just sick how cheap it is to go watch playoff football Saturday at Mosaic Stadium. We joked hockey. What do you We're at the Brandt Centre here, the Raiders and Pats. What do you know about hockey? You like the sport? Nothing. Never been on skates.
I really get to fight. They get to fight, throw little hands.
Get the helmet off, go for it.
And it's respectable too. A couple punches, I get you down. That's it.
Yeah.
I sometimes I feel when watching football, I've always said this, and even basketball, it's there should be a fight rule. Let's see how tough some of these guys really are.
Right.
Get the bucket
Take the
off.
helmets off. Yeah, let's see. Let's see what you're talking about, really.
Sit off a couple plays like a penalty.
Yeah.
Miles, you and the old lineman got to go 3 plays off each. On the way you go.
On Tuesday, I was saying I should throw my hat in for commissioner. Just put your never going to know unless.
That's right.
What's the worst thing they're going to say?
We increase viewership.
You're a fool. It's the worst thing they can say to me. No, but it's a crazy sport. I guess so. Yeah, Baltimore. You got the Washington Capitals though.
Yep.
Right.
Yep. We won the championship recently too.
Yeah. Ovechkin.
Yep, I know that guy. Yeah, is he still with them?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Chasing the all-time goals record.
Oh really?
This year.
Yeah. Go
He's
get
legit.
it, Ovi.
Yeah. Russian.
He's a man.
Big,
is he?
Big Russian.
Did not know that.
Yeah. No, he's he was huge. Football-wise, what did you think? First off, you were watching that Montreal Winnipeg game, and then what did you think about the punt and then the hurricane rolling in?
Honestly, I was warming up. It was on the Jumbotron, but I was warming up, so I wasn't really. I didn't even see it. I heard about it. What happened?
I don't know if you want to know.
Yeah.
Let's just.
The punt went nowhere.
Yeah,
Really?
out of nowhere, crazy hurricane, 80K winds blew right into the face of the
Just
Montreal punter. With 16 seconds left, he punted it 20 yards. Winnipeg came out, kicked the field goal to win it. Yeah,
I saw them kick the second field goal. I didn't see that. That's crazy.
Yeah,
that is crazy.
That's crazy.
That's insane.
We saw it, and they missed, and I was like, hey, they game over, right on. Chance for first place, and then it's like, why are they kicking? What's going on here? And then it's the win, it was one of the weirdest finishes to a football game. Are you a baseball fan?
Not really. I used to play baseball though. I was a baseball player for 1 year in high school. I was a catcher.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Because Yankees and Dodgers tonight.
Okay.
World Series. Dodgers have another chance to wrap it up in New York. So did you see Ice Cube come out and sing in Los Angeles, and then Fat Joe in New York?
No, I didn't see it.
You got to Google that.
They baseball fans? I don't know they were baseball.
You got to Google it. Ice Cube killed it.
For real?
In Los Angeles.
Okay.
And then New York tried to up their game with Fat Joe.
Okay, yeah.
And it was
yeah.
Sit down.
Oh, that's tough. Fat Joe was in Regina recently, I think.
Yeah,
he was. No,
at that debacle downtown.
He was.
Where nobody got paid. That weird event.
I heard about that. Yeah, but he was here though. He was here.
That's true.
Him and Polo G and the crew.
Yeah.
But we were just going through New York rappers that they could have brought out.
Yeah, right.
Like Jay-Z,
50 Cent,
LL Cool J, old school.
Cool J, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Some old school there, but they must have went on the cheap.
I was thinking the same thing.
Yankees don't have enough money to get Jay-Z out there.
It's the all-new Sports Cage. We are going to talk hockey here in a bit. We'll take a quick break. We're going to have head coach of the Prince Albert Raiders, Jeff Truitt, joining us here. Miles Brown for the last hour with us, Darren Anderson. It is the all-new Sports Cage. If you're watching that stream, it is at sportscage.com.
Meet your new favorite shade of green. At Nick Service, we offer the Fendt 500 Vario Series tractor that's tailor-made for your farm. Get better stability, ease of use, and comfort with one tractor. Whether you're feeding, tilling, baling, or hauling, this series is built for your farm. Experience up to 163 horsepower with this multi-purpose tractor. Visit Nick's Service in Emerald Park or go to nickservice.com to get a quote on the Fendt 500 Vario Series.
Hun, I'm starving. What do we have to eat?
Avoid the annoyed.
Western pizza. I really don't feel like cooking today.
Avoid the annoyed.
Western pizza.
I want lasagna.
I was thinking Caesar salad and garlic bread.
I had my heart set on chicken wings.
Avoid the annoyed.
Western pizza.
Avoid the annoyed with Western Pizza. Big on toppings, big on taste. Dine in or take out. Order today.
Western pizza.
At the cabin or on the farm, Access Rural Internet gives you speed and service you can rely on. Right now, get Access Rural Internet for as low as $69.95 a month for 24 months, including free service calls by our local techs, a free Wi-Fi router, and a strong, reliable signal matched by our strong, reliable customer service. Great service is never far away with Access Rural Internet. Visit myaccess.ca to book your free site survey.
Your friends at Prairie Gun Traders in Avonlea have exactly what you need this fall. From muzzle loaders, rifles to shotguns, you are totally covered this hunting season. Plus, browse through their great selection of ammunition, optics, calls, trail cams, scents, knives, and more. The hunting store that has it all at Prairie Gun Traders in Avonlea. you have a friend in the game. Main Street Avonlea, or check out prairieguntraders.ca.
Our Regina Pats are rocking the Brandt Centre this November with epic matchups, events, and giveaways. Score a foam cowboy hat at Western Night. Show up early on the 20th and get a Pats collectible Stadium Cup. Join your home team in raising awareness for important causes at the Better Together game and Cancer Awareness Night. Then remember to make some noise for our heroes at Canadian Armed Forces Night. See the full promotional lineup and secure your tickets at reginapats.com.
Go, Pats, go! We love Saskatchewan, and we love hearing from our listeners. Call or text us, 306-936-6262. Driven by Capital Ford Lincoln, Saskatchewan's #1 Ford retailer. CapitalFordLincoln.com on 620 CKRM.
The all-new Sports Cage continues. You can watch our live stream at sportscage.com and always on the radio. Saskatchewan's voice for local sports, 620 CKRM.
If you're watching that stream, Darren Anderson just popped out. We got Jeff Truitt, head coach of the Prince Albert Raiders, joining us now, and Miles Brown still here for the next, 40 or 35 minutes here. Jeff, Raiders rolling in. We talked to Tanner Howe from the Pats. It's early in the year, but both teams, points are starting to get important for both clubs.
Yeah, they sure are. Nobody likes to get off to these kinds of starts, but now you're looking at game 12, game 13 on the calendar, and you see a lot of teams that are having great starts. Well, you don't want to fall too far behind here, so you got to play for every point now.
You've been around the league so long, you've seen the ebbs and flows and all that. Maybe for you guys, what hasn't gone well early in the season that you would have liked to see maybe you guys do better?
Well, I think consistency. I mean, we've got a pretty young group here. We've got 4 16-year-olds in the lineup, and it takes a little while for those guys to gel. Plus, we've made a couple of player moves, and that takes a little bit of time as well. So a little bit of that happens, but we just got to gel it together and as quickly as we can here. So I like our talent. I like what we've got. It's just a matter of just putting it all together.
Let's talk about the team and what makes you guys tick.
Well, energy. I think hard work. The Raiders have always been one of those teams that just comes in and they work hard and they never give up. It doesn't matter if you're down or if you're up. You just want to make sure that you're playing that way. That's what the logo's all about. That's what our culture's all about. And, that's how we push each other. So, ups and downs, whatever, it's an even keel, but we keep on coming.
Any questions, Miles?
Coach,
what's your message to the guys tonight going to the game?
Well, it's an important game here. I mean, if we win, we're only 1 point back and of Regina. But, we've got to – these divisional games are real tight, and we don't want teams getting too far away. So what it is tonight is we've got a divisional rival here that we've got to be better than them tonight in all facets.
Absolutely.
Pats get their captain back, right? PA boy Tanner Howe. That probably a little more focus for you guys there now because they need help putting the puck in the net, and Howe usually should do that.
Oh, he sure does, and that just comes with his his leadership and just the way he is. He's a hard worker. He'll take the body. But he can shoot the puck a ton, and he can score. So I was fortunate enough to have him in Switzerland 2 summers ago at the World Under-18s, and got right up close and personal with him. And of course, being in PA, I don't see Tanner an awful lot that way. But we drafted his younger brother, and they're cut out of the same cloth. I think they're high competitive guys.
I know you guys had a chance. I think it was last weekend. I got word you guys had a chance to call up Dace Derkach to the team. You've been around the league so long. When you get those kids and they get their first call up, it's such an important thing. They'll never forget it. How do you handle that as a coach when you have just these young guys come in?
Well, you know what? Enjoy it. It's just like any guy coming into any game at the professional level with the Riders. But it's no different for these guys here. It's their first game in a meaningful situation. But you got to have fun with it. If you tighten up too much and you kind of let your talent, kind of go by the wayside. We want them at their best. Enjoy it first and foremost. He's such a great student of the game. He's such a rink rat. He'd live in here if he could, just like his dad used to. But
the banner's right there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But he's cut out of the same cloth as well, and he never cheats you on effort. He's such a good kid.
Another Regina kid, Sievertson. I want to talk about. I had a chance to coach him in grade 8 aerial football. My wife was the VP at the school, so I had a chance to coach. And then we were in the final, and he had to get to Bantam AA exhibition game, which is my son's playing now. So I get it. It's come full circle. But what a talent for you guys there as a young guy.
Yeah, big guy. He's tall and lanky, and he's got a heck of a tremendous shot. And again, with all these 16-year-olds, they're learning. And every situation, every night, every opponent's different. And how they play might not be the same every night. We try to get as close to how we need to play that way. But you're up against different guys. You're up against drafted guys, 19, 20-year-old NHL signed guys. You're up against guys your own age. Bounces all over the place. And, he's learning. And just like every other, rookie in the league, that, you learn and you get better. And they certainly have.
No, it's all good. I want to go back because when you look at your hockey DB, and I remember your name out there, those Kelowna Rocket teams that you were the head coach of, and you had a young Luke Shen, and you had a young Shea Weber. Mm-hmm. Those are special talents. Has it, even though that's only 06, 05 back there, have you seen the game change, to where we are in 2024 a lot from even back then, Jeff?
Yeah, I do. I mean, back in those days, we used to have, Dustin Bufflin used to play at that time. Bugard was in the league then. A lot of big, bruising, tough guys in there. And, I mean, Luke Shen was a tough kid, too, even as a 16-year-old. He slugged his way there. And Shea Weber was such a powerful, dominant guy. He just eluded that. Now what's happened is there's a lot more skill, a lot more speed. Even with guys that are big, they can move, they can do different things. Not a lot of the power, I wouldn't say is evaporated, because there's still that in the game. Guys will give hits and whatnot, of course, and but the skill level, has made this game faster. These kids have trained ever since they were just so young about it, but I just see the skill and speed coming up so much from when we were in Kelowna.
Trust me, I see it, right? As a first-year Bantam dad at AA, it's like last night yoga, practice tonight, training here. Brad Haroff, his kid plays on the team, right? So he's an assistant coach. The practices are just next level to even what I was watching, a young Luke Shen in Saskatoon and stuff like that. Last thing I want to leave you on, just your thoughts of it, because you've been around the league so long, is the chance now for some of these kids, what it looks like to maybe go NCAA route. Did you ever think that you would see that in your time if it happens?
No, I didn't, because there was such a recruiting war between the two that I never really thought that this would come to where it is. And, not knowing all the rules, I know some of what's been talked about, but nothing's been finalized yet. Obviously, so there's still, I think, a lot of work to do, but it seems like this is going to happen, and who knows who's going to benefit. Are they going to take older players? Are they going to get the younger? I have no idea where this is all going to go. It's a very interesting model if it comes to be, but we're just going to have to wait and see where it goes.
You're going to be watching the Rider game Saturday?
Absolutely, I will.
Yes, sir. I hope so.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Been a big fan of the Riders ever since I was
Rosetown guy, right?
Yeah, Rosetown guy, and my mom is still there, and if I can't see the Rider game, and I happen to give her a call, she gives me the
play-by-play.
Yeah, well, she tells me everything that they came from behind, they blew them out and everything. She follows it so much, so it's been in our family forever, and it's great to see the Riders back in the playoffs, and we're hoping for them for sure.
Absolutely, we're gonna have a good show for you Saturday.
Absolutely.
Right in the obsidian green too. Mm-hmm. Those are sharp, eh?
They are nice. I really like those. They're dangerous on the field.
Oh yeah,
that.
Oh yeah.
So,
right on, Jeff. Thanks so much. Right on.
Thank you.
Best of luck the rest of the year. Pleasure to talk to you. Miles Brown's joining us. Darren Anderson's going to hop back in. It is the all-new Sportscage live from the Brandt Centre on 620 CKRM.
Bulk oil, we got it. CNH and Fleet Guard filters, we got them. We got lots of everything, and we got it all on sale. For the best price you'll find here, there, or anywhere. E. Barassa & Sons. Every location has bulk oil and filters with unbeatable savings. Today you'll save 20% off or more on CNH and Fleet Guard filters, and $1.20 off per liter on all bulk oil. Are these big-time savings on CNH bulk oil and filters? You bet your sweet Barassa they are. Sale ends October 31st. ebarassa.com. SaskatchewanRoughriders.com.
Hey Rider Nation, this is Dave Thomas, voice of your Saskatchewan Roughriders. It's the playoffs. The games are bigger, and so is the 50-50. Huddle up to riders5050.ca, and you can get in on the massive jackpots. You can even score quickly with the early bird prize. This week, it's 2 tickets to the Cardinals and Seahawks game in Phoenix, including flights and hotels, but you have to buy before Thursday at 5 p.m. Get your tickets at riders5050.ca, and go Riders!
License number LR240102.
You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when... Uh-oh.
There are some things that can get spoiled. A sunny day, maybe.
Aw, and no umbrella or anything.
And then there's Echo Sound, your SaskTel authorized dealer, where they have all the top-of-the-line smartphones with all the latest features. With such a wide selection and so many great plans, nothing can spoil it.
Yay, rain!
Echo Sound, your SaskTel authorized dealer in Fort Capel. EchoSound.ca.
Sask Lotteries has 50 years of winning behind us. And you know what that means? Lots of winning numbers. Numbers like over 1,200 organizations funded and 12,000 plus groups supported. $6 million given away annually in community grants. And the winningest number of all? $1.4 billion given back to the people of Saskatchewan through sport, culture, and recreation. And we're just getting started. Help us grow the next 50. Learn more at sasklotteries.ca.
Get it hot, get it fast, Western Pizza. Some will try to tell you 8 inches is enough. Others will say 10 inches will do. But when you want a lot of pizza, you gotta hanker down with the delicious 13-inch pepperoni from Western Pizza. Why mess with a good thing? You know what you want. 13 inches of pepperoni pizza perfection from Western Pizza. Western Pizza. Big on toppings, big on taste. Dine in or take out. Order today. And get it hot, get it fast, Western Pizza.
Welcome, one and all, to the greatest auto sale at Capital GMC. Prepare to be amazed by our weekly Ringmaster specials. Early year-end clearance prices that can be found nowhere else in the world. Gaze at the amazing cash for clunkers. Get a minimum $3,000 for your trade, guaranteed. Bring the entire family for food, games, and your shot at winning thousands in spectacular prizes. Hurry, hurry, hurry. It's the greatest auto sale at Capital GMC.
The all-new Sports Cage. Watch our live stream at sportscage.com and on the radio at 620 CKRM.
All right, we're back at the Brandt Centre, all-new Sports Cage. Barney Shinkaruk, Darren Anderson, Miles Brown here with you. It says for the Saskatchewan Roughrider Foundation 50-50. You got till tomorrow at 5 o'clock to get into the early bird prize of a trip to Glendale, Arizona, watch the Cardinals and the Seahawks go at it.
I'm going with you.
You're going to go?
Yeah.
Yeah, Miles is going to go as long as they're not playing. He's willing to go. Lay your head at the W in Scottsdale. The weather down there is sick.
Amazing.
You spent time take us through how you spent some time in the valley.
Yeah. I was there for Arizona. Took me undrafted, and I was there. I think my rookie year, made the 53 undrafted. Yeah, I was the big deal.
What year is that?
Whatever. No, huh?
What year was that?
This was 19.
Oh.
Yeah. And played my rookie year there. And then my next year I came back. They released me after camp, and then I was off to Tennessee for half a year, and then to Detroit for camp, and then here with you guys.
Nice.
Yeah, no. NFL-wise, what of all the places that you've had a chance to play, went and played? Like, what's your favorite, road city to play in?
I think probably Seattle. Probably Seattle. Seattle was really nice. I mean, of course not for us because it was loud, but it was nice. It was it was a really nice crowd. It was loud. It was an exciting environment. I enjoy Seattle, I think.
Nice.
We lost, I think, though. So,
Yeah. But and just that NFL, what was maybe the oh wow moment for you? Like, were you up against somebody, or maybe it's somebody on your team that you saw? Like, what was the oh wow? Like, I'm here.
I think my first 4 games it was like a blur almost. I just was like, I don't even know. I mean, I was out there. Of course, I'm trying to do my job as best I can and stuff like that. But I was just young and excited, just trying to just be right. Just whatever you do, just be right. Don't miss an assignment. Don't all that stuff. I think after they put me on. What was it? Up here they call it PR, down there it's a practice squad, I guess.
Yep.
I was on practice squad for a few games, then they brought me back up, and then we were playing the Steelers one Sunday, and I remember on the sideline I looked up, and it was like the Arizona Cardinals versus the Pittsburgh Steelers, and I looked down, and I'm like, oh wow, I'm here, I'm here, I'm here, I'm for this team, I'm here. So that was probably my moment. Yeah.
So is it like a 24-hour a day? You're immersed. There's no Do you know what that's what I'm getting from you? You're 4 games in a blink of an eye. Is it every day you have? This is what I got to do to be ready. When that season goes.
For sure. I mean, of course, you want to be prepared. Preparedness is probably one of your best friends in pro sports. And so every day you try to do everything and avoid the feelings of the monotony of it and getting tired or bored of it, because it's okay, I got it. It does become a routine, but it can get tiring sometimes. So it's a lot of emotional fighting, and then it's just being strict and time management and stuff like that. And yes, it is every day, absolutely, and it still is every day. You have to take care of the body. This game is brutal. It takes its toll on you, and you got to stay young as best you can. So.
What do you do to do that, besides stuff that I guess you'd probably do at the facility, right? But what do you do? Is it diet? Are you pretty strict diet wise, or just kind of?
Well, you can't be just a loose cannon out here. Just eat whenever you feel. Of course, try to stay. I wouldn't say I have the strictest of diets, but try to stay within some boundaries. You can't go every day. Just
yeah, right. Eating
taking
McDonald's
down
at 11 o'clock.
Western pizza all the time.
Knocking down ice cream about a pint. Me, not me. So you try to stay to you keep some boundaries on your diet, of course, stuff like that. And then, the dry needling, massages and stretching, and, just staying in the weight room, consistently getting load on your body, so your body's not hey, what is this, when you're playing and you have a greater load than you're used to, I guess.
Right.
What do you think about what you guys have to do here on Saturday? And it's so different, right? Because there was all this Nathan Rourke hype.
Mm-hmm.
And then they came in here a few weeks ago. You guys mopped them.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're switching to VA. What's the mindset there?
Nathan and VA, not so much a big opinion on the switch. I guess for my perspective is always, we have jobs to do, and in this job specifically, when you make mistakes, when you're not doing your job correctly every time, that's when you lose. That's when it costs you, and that's where they find the holes. You know what I'm saying? And we always are focused on making sure that there are no holes in our defense or offense, that they don't have an angle to attack us, and that we're ready for everything that they have to throw at us.
What makes this defense so scary?
We dogs, man. No, but seriously,
yeah.
We're pretty good, and we are. I think we consistently do our jobs, all of us. Even the not so fun jobs, even the we all do our jobs on as many plays as we can. The plays that we don't, you see what happens, and that's when we give up a plus run or an explosive play, for the offense. But other than that, I think for the most part consistently do our jobs, and we're ready to play every weekend. We come with an attitude, with a very fierce attitude. I think a lot of the guys on the defense, we're ready to work. We're ready to go to work every day, and so I'm looking forward to playing, to being a part of this.
So what's it like this year? You've been around the team for a couple of years now. Obviously, having Coach Mace be the D coordinator and the head coach, is that sort of give the defense kind of that extra boost that's the HC kind of leading the charge as well?
Yeah. I think Mace coming to the team has been just a extreme light for us, man. The last 2 years are hard for us. I think going home early doesn't feel good. You work your hardest to be great, to be the person that you see yourself as, or you to be a part of the team that you want to be a part of the team, or the team that you think you want to be a part of. Here now we have a guy who leads, and he leads very well. We're excited about him. We appreciate him, and we're looking forward to having him lead us to this Saturday and to a Grey Cup.
It seems like he's not like friend one of the guys, but he seems like he still play. Like he could get in there and play with you guys.
Yeah. Mace is a dude, man. He's the guy. He's a very personable person. I think he's just he doesn't carry that I'm the head coach, nose in the air kind of thing about him. Like, he's just a guy, man, and he comes every day. He's excited about work. He gets us excited about work. Some mornings you don't really feel like it. And then he come in, tap in, man, and then, you tap in, and we back, and so we appreciate Mace.
Nice. So you said you played both sides of the line this year in your whole career. What's the tougher side of the line? The dudes, like, who you got to be tougher to play in the D line or the O line?
D line for sure. D-line without a doubt. Without a doubt. O-line, you can get some help. You mess up, you get beat. You just gonna, just hope, But D-line, we taking on dubs all day long. It's it's not a lot of glory. So definitely D-line.
How much of pain in the ass would it be to have to tackle AJ Ouellette?
I've done it before.
Well, yeah. No, I know you do. But let's say in this, it gets a little bit colder here. Come Saturday night, and he's coming downhill.
Got to put a body on the body. He's a big guy, man. He's a big guy. He runs hard. I know he's gonna bring it, and I just hope they, we'll see if they're ready. We'll see if they got it.
Yeah, man. Like, that defense is there. He is right there.
It's like pushing a stone down the hill. Push a boulder down the hill. Just let it roll. See what happens.
He's gonna bring it. Like, look at that. Like, if you're watching the stream, you see in these runs, like, just
so as Coach Mace
hurts people.
Is it a different?
Look how he finishes that run. You see that?
Yeah.
Forward leaner.
Is that what you used to do when you were in high school?
Oh yeah. they
get on a TV. Hey,
that's all I wanted. That's all I wanted. They just lay on the ground.
So this week, with Coach Mace, can you feel it? Is it different? Like, obviously, coaches and in football, you said you prepare all the time. A game is a game. Is there that different edge now that it's playoffs and it's sort of do or die?
Yeah, I think that's the feeling that we all know that's in the back of our minds. But I think, as professionals, like, we just have to focus on the goal. If you focus on everything, I think now as I'm speaking, I think about that there was a picture of Michael Phelps winning gold, I think, and he's swimming, and the guy who came second is, like, looking up at him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know that. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. And so if you lose your focus sometimes, there's a Bible story about that too. Keep your eye on Jesus, that thing. Peter and I don't know if I'm saying that right, but I think we all know the story.
Yeah.
But keeping our focus, man, keeping our focus on the goal, which is to win 1-0 every week. This is the motto we've had this whole season, and so nothing's different. And I think as long as we keep our focus, it takes away from the emotions and the highs and lows that comes with that. We just stay even keel and just do the job. The job is a job. Get it done.
All right. Oh, it's a big one on Saturday, Mosaic Stadium. We are out of time here. Regina Pats and Prince Albert Raiders tonight at the Brandt Centre, 7 o'clock puck drop. If you're looking for something to do in the area, also down in Notre Dame, Larange playing SJHL hockey down there. That was Miles Brown, Darren Anderson. Miles, thanks so much for coming by.
Appreciate it. Thank y'all. Thanks for having me.
Fun?
Sure. Yeah, I did, man. I know I was a little nervous hearing myself, but it's all good.
I'm nervous now. My job's being taken over.
No, you should be.
Barney will be getting your checks.
3-pack. Yeah, you guys can boot me out of here, too. It doesn't. Curtis and Colson, thanks so much. Back in the studio. Mosh, thanks so much for setting this up. Live feed here at the Brandt Centre. That is it for me. I'll be back tomorrow. If you've been watching the stream, thank you so much. And as always, we are on the home of the Riders, 620 CKRM. And before we go, let's throw it to Dave Thomas with a little Around the Horn.
It's time to go around the horn for Shorty Generators. Keep the power in your hands with an automatic standby generator from Shorty Generators, the standby generator experts. The drama is set to continue in the Bronx, on and potentially off the field in the World Series. The New York Yankees extended the series with a clutch 11-4 Game 4 win last night in the Bronx. Anthony Volpe smacked a grand slam in the third inning to power the Yankees to the victory.
No, I think I pretty much blacked out as soon as I saw it go over the fence, but no, we just want to keep putting pressure on them, and I think everyone had confidence in everyone in the lineup that someone was going to get the big hit, and we've been having such good at-bats and putting such good swings on the ball that, we just felt like it was only a matter of time.
Despite trailing in the series, he says they still haven't lost their confidence.
No, we were just prepared. They did a bullpen game, and it's kind of tough to prepare for, and their guys have really good stuff, but we just had so much confidence in everyone going in that we just couldn't wait to play.
The Yankees will face elimination once again in Game 5 tonight, something that doesn't enter their minds, according to Volpe.
We're just going to play our game. We feel like if we do that and we play the way we know we're capable of playing, they're obviously a good team and they can do what they do and whatever they want to do. But like I said, we just have so much confidence in us that if we play that way, we feel like we'll win.
Now, Volpe wasn't the only thing clutch about last night's game. A fan at Yankee Stadium was ejected from Game 4 after clutching and prying a foul ball out of the glove of Los Angeles Dodgers right fielder Mookie Betts. Now, Betts jumped at the wall in foul territory and initially caught Gleyber Torres' pop-up in the first inning. But a fan grabbed Betts' blue glove with both hands and pulled the ball out. Torres was ruled out on fan interference. Now, tonight's Game 5 will be a rematch on the Hill from Game 1 as the Dodgers' Jack Flaherty and the Yankees' Garrett Cole will get the call for their respective teams. And that's Around the Horn. For Shore-D Generators, keep the power in your hands with an automatic standby generator from Shore-D Generators, the standby generator experts.
It's 6 o'clock. Good evening. It's mostly sunny, 6 degrees in Regina. I'm Andrew Dawson from the Harvard Media News Center with 620.